skin. Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com.
in the area.
Yeah, obviously when you talk about sectional championship weekend, you're going to have a lot of great games around the area, but this is one to watch for. Of course, two 2A teams. Cecina's been there as of late. Right now, it might be him.
Mason Peony, number 15, is the leading kickoff return man. The kickoff will go into the end zone, and the automatic touchback will bring it out now to the 20-yard line. Again, Cameron Simons is the quarterback for the Westfield Ball Club. Simons coming into the game 111 of 178 for 1,606 yards, a completion percentage of almost 62%. Janney averages about 161 yards per game. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out.
Yeah, and unlike Carmel, Westfield much more balanced offensively. So look for them to really take what Carmel allows them.
Running back will be Eli Patchett, number 33. He will set up generally right off one hip, one side of the other of the backfield, gets the handoff, faking the handoff, quarterback keep, and move out for maybe a couple of yards out to about the 22-yard line. Patchett, 151 carries for 781 yards, an average of just over 5 yards every time he touches the football. 78-plus yards per game. He has scored 13 touchdowns this year for Westfield. On second down and 8, here's the pass to the near side, caught at the 28, out of bounds, shoved out of bounds by Jake Paris. It'll be shy of the first down. They'll spot it down, Jad, at the 28-yard line.
Well, this play, the pass play, was really set up just by that little run. They want Carmel to think and set their defense for the run, and then they'll pop that quick pass out, and now they got a good play call here in third and short.
At the 29-yard line, third down and about a yard to go for the first down. Here's the handoff to Patchett over the right side, and if they mark him down where I think they're going to, just over the 30, that'll be good enough for the first down.
Great call again by Westfield, just dive right. Really off to a good start here. Got to move the chains, and for the first series, they did.
As a ball club, Westfield 354 carries, just under 2,000 yards, 1,940 yards total this year for the Shamrocks. Up the middle they go again across the 35 and just shy of the 40 to about the 38-yard line. The ground game is working so far.
Well, great play action that time, almost like a read option, and he's a good runner, and he's going to force Carmel to pay attention to him. Take a look at the replay here. See, here's play action. It turns out to be a keeper all the way, but he's forcing Carmel to respect his athleticism.
We come back live, and they'll try it off the left guard spot, get it out just shy of the 40-yard line, a third down and about a yard to go. And, Jan, one of the things you talked about was Westfield coming out and setting up some kind of an offense, and you thought they would go on the ground, and so far it's so good, and they've established themselves. They've driven it from the 20 just shy of the 40-yard line.
No doubt about it. Westfield really off to a good start. Once again, Bake, key down, third and short.
Got to get it to about the 41-yard line. It's third down. We'll call it 2 yards to go for the first down. Looking toward the far sideline, the quarterback, Camden Simons, number 13. Just getting underway, a couple of minutes gone in the first quarter in this sectional championship game. Trying to find some room on the far side. They've got it out to the 44 and a first down.
Well, you mentioned how big and how good this front line of Westfield is, and I'll tell you right now they're dominating. When you can get 3 to 4 to 5 yards on the ground against this Greyhound front line, and they run the 3-4 for the most part, and they'll blitz out of it, but for the most part, you can see right there in your picture, Carmel runs a 3-down front defensively, and right now Westfield really has them figured out.
Yeah, they got 5 yards on that last attempt, so it's first down and 10, the second first down of this drive, right at the 45-yard line. And we'll go straight up the middle and pick up about 4 or 5 more just shy of the midfield stripe. And they'll spot it down right at the 49-yard line.
Well, you're going to watch Simons here again, Big. Watch where he lines up. He's a good 5 to 6 yards from the shotgun off the ball because he's an excellent reader. And when you have quarterbacks that can read and then also run out of the read, that gives them a little more time to see the holes. And see, look, watch again. Here in your picture. Watch how far he'll get back here. Almost 5 to 6 yards. That's a long way back there.
I think you're right, Jen. He's right at the 5-yard mark back. Here is the handoff, and there's nowhere to go this time. It's Micah Hauser. on the carry that time. First time we've called his name, and Hauser is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Ty Wise from Carmel. Of course, the key is there. You got to block, and that time Carmel got a nice jump. Take a look at the replay. Well, he didn't get blocked at all. Wise, you make a great tackle, my man, but I always liked it when nobody blocked me.
Well, a big third down, Jan, the first one of the game. The first time we're going to test this third down situation. Third down, they're calling it 8. It's closer to 9. And let's see now if Simons goes back into a passing mode. Takes the snap and drops back, looking for a receiver. A little screen pass, got it off to the midfield stripe, and almost got to the first down. They are going to be close, Jim, but I think about a half a yard or maybe a yard shy.
Once again, a great offensive play called by the Shamrocks.
Well, this is close.
Carmel really getting aggressive coming after Westfield, and anytime you sense that as an offensive coordinator, you pull out the screen pass. A great time for it, and it has to be executed.
Now, Jan, first real decision time of the game. Jake Gilbert's got a call to make here as you look at it again.
Well, Jake's not going to ask
shy.
me, but I'll tell you, I'd go for it.
Well, I think he's going to go for it.
And that's all can be for nothing. If it's a penalty, you just take it away.
Yeah, they got too many men on the field.
Now, you just cost yourself an opportunity to stay on the field. We're going to look back, and this could be bigger than you think, Big. Because now, for the most part, you got to punt this one now.
There was a lot of confusion, and I didn't realize what they were confused about, but they simply had too many men out there, so you're going to move it back 5 yards. That takes the question out of the question.
They literally have taken themselves out of an offensive series from a mental mistake. Hopefully, for Westfield's sake, it doesn't come back to haunt them, but that is a huge penalty.
So Camden Simons, the quarterback, will stay in. 17 punts for 529 yards. He averages just a touch over 31 yards per punt with a long of 46. Gets it away, end over end, fair catch called for, right at the 15-yard line. You're right, Jen. We may look back on that as being a major, I know it's early in the game, 7:13 to go, but that's a major mistake.
Well, if you're on the road, what do you want to do? You want to get the lead, take the crowd out of it, and really cause the opponent to think a little more. Now you just took a little bit of that way. Like you say, it's still early, but boy, a missed opportunity. I think we both can agree on that.
So Carmel will get the football. They're going to spot it right at the 15-yard line, and Christian Williams will come out as the quarterback now for the Carmel Greyhounds. He is 49 of 94 for 631 yards. Jan, over 10 games, he's averaged about 9 passes per game, or 9 completions per game.
Little pitch inside.
And some running room across the 30 and out to about the 34, across the 35, and finally knocked down. And there's a penalty flag down.
We highlighted how good this Carmel front line is, and it was shown there. Take a look at this. 5 wide receivers, just a little counter pitch inside, and he just reads his blocks, and he's got daylight everywhere. But this is going to come back.
Well, the penalty's going to be against Carmel. Well, I think back last week, Jan, when we had Avon and Brownsburg, there was something like 26 penalties in that game. That's just uncalled for at this stage of the season.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they weren't real, but both teams just took themselves out of any flow at all. But here's a huge holding call against the Greyhounds.
Brings up 1st and 8.
So we will move it back to... Yeah, let's see where they finally spotted down. It'll be about the 17-yard line, so the hold was called upfield.
Yep.
And it'll be a 2nd down and 8 to go for the first down.
Look for him to come maybe right back to that same play.
Yeah, why not? You see it to the left of your screen, the 3 wideouts. Here's the fake of the quarterback draw out across the 25 to around the 30-yard line. It'll be short of the yard, but he's going to get the first down.
But we've highlighted, but Williams is a move from wide receiver to quarterback. He is certainly not afraid to run with the football.
In fact, he's the 4th leading rusher on the ball club. And again, not a lot of guys have a lot of yards rushing on this Carmel ball club. Their leading rusher, Downing, was 784 yards rushing on 123 carries. 1st and 10. Same formation. They come to the flat on the near side, of the pass is caught by Smith. Got some running room. Comes down the near sideline. And going to be knocked out of bounds.
Look out.
Second, that's Dylan Downing out of the backfield.
Downing's a huge runner, Bake, 6 foot, 216. And Bake, you know those trucks down the highway that have M-A-C-K on it?
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of. A Mack truck. Now look at this. Would you want to tackle that going 4-3?
Yeah. Right now, Carmel's in a hurry-up offense, Jen. They're already back at the line of scrimmage at the 27-yard line. A first down and 10. And again, Kristen Williams looks to the near sideline to the offensive coordinator. Defensive adjustments on the part of the Westfield defensive unit. This time on the ground over the right side, and not much doing over there. The offensive line, Isaac Ullman at left tackle, 6'4", 237, and a senior. The right tackle is Thor Kroc, 6'4", 265, and a senior. The guards are Justin Pickett, 6'5", 295, and a junior. Connor Sermon, 6'footer, 234, and a senior. The center is Devin Lloyd, 5'10", 250, and a senior. Good offensive line, Jan, 256 pounds per man from tackle to tackle. Out of the shotgun again. And a handoff at the backfield to Downing. Downing over the left side and working his way down to about the 21-yard line, third down.
Carmel's offense, for the most part, pretty basic. Just, hey, our guy.
Twitter throughout the game. If you have any scores,
we'll go back on offense. We still have 6:03 remaining here in this opening quarter.
And up on the Summit City Sports platform, we have an early score. Concordia 7, Peru nothing. So Concordia's off to a fast start. We had them last week. Concordia's kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. When they protect the football, they're a very tough team.
Joe, we had them 2 weeks ago. They looked very, very good against Mechanical on the road, and you said kind of so-so last week.
Just turnovers. It's always about turnovers with Concordia. Can they clean that up tonight?
Spartans with the ball at their own 14-yard line. Play clock at 16 as Goody will look to the sidelines, see what the coaches want to readjust. Tyler Burris stays in as the running back. He's offset to the right side. And and they'll hand the ball off. Running off tackle the left side, but Carroll.
Pattern. Low risk, but this does a lot for their offense. It forces Westfield to stay honest defensively.
I think it's first down and goal, Ted. I don't think the ball was outside the 10, so it's going to be first down and goal. Here's Downing with nowhere to go, caught in the backfield. The Greyhounds have used 3 quarterbacks, Kristen Williams, Zachary Osborne, and on occasion Gabe Quickly has come in. So altogether, 90 completions out of 180 attempts, for a total on the entire team of 1,178 yards this year. Second down.
Well, big number 99, Alan White for Westfield, makes the tackle there. He is 6'2", 305, and he just made a statement there. Hey, boys, we can play tough when we need to, and he had a nice stop that time.
Clock winding down to 4:15 to go. It'll be second down and goal from the 10-yard line. Looks like an old-fashioned T formation back there. Here's the handoff. This is Downing going left side, trying to get to the edge. And he's going to, I'm not sure if he made it in or not.
Yes, he did.
I thought for a moment he'd stepped out of bounds. We got to say, no, touchdown, 10-yard run.
Well, here's the problem. Westfield, if they don't get it right now, they cannot try to arm tackle this guy or tackle him high. Take a look at this, Bake. Here he goes. Great blocking up front. You're going to tackle him with your head down? Not in this world. And he just walks it in. You've got to have your head up, your shoulders square, and hit him low, or he's going to do that all day long.
Now the point after by Spencer Hanna. It is on its way, and it's good. So with 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter of play, a big drive by the Carmel Greyhounds. They take the lead 7-0.
Lowers the shoulder, spins for an extra yard, brings it down inside the Homestead 48 to about the 47-yard line, and everybody a little slow getting up, and let's hope nobody's injured on that play. They're still down. Harris does get up, but a Spartan is still down on bended knee.
Looks like that might be Rogers out there. And, well, they can't afford to lose him, but how about Harris? You know, Harris, Joe, 484 yards in the year, 5 yards per carry. He's been hurt a lot of the year, but he's a good back, Joe.
We are going to have an injury timeout. So we will take a pause right now. The break in the action will attend to the injured Spartan. And remind everybody that stoppage of play, injury timeout brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, a winning combination with the IHSAA. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
It's his 48th reception. He came into this game with 47 receptions, 733 yards, and 9 touchdowns. So second and might as well be 10. Here's Ben rolling to his right, got a couple receivers downfield. He's going to find one of them, and that one is Luke Lacey, our second leading receiver. Luke came into the ball game with 23 receptions, 421 yards, 8 TDs. Good find there, John.
Yeah, that was a great play right there by Luke Lacey, being able to catch that corner route, going to the sideline, and the passing game is working right here. Let's see if we can develop the run with Donnie.
Another first down now for Brownsburg. Their second possession. Zionsville scored on their first possession. Still in the first quarter here. Ben fakes it. Donnie. Ben's got some good yards. Ben gets close to a first down. So I like that little wrinkle. You fake to Donnie and give Ben a rare chance to run.
Yeah, that was a great play right there. Just a quick read option by Ben, being able to read the linebacker and take off, pick up about 8 yards.
2nd 2. Handoff. Donnie's going to have this first down and more. Look at those nice steps. He is outstepping those Eagles defenders, and Donnie has his first significant gain. He's going to get all the way down inside the 20, I believe.
Yeah, just some quick cuts by Donnie, being able to make about 2 or 3 defenders miss, actually, and that was a great way to develop the run game on this drive.
And so a good punt once again by Trevor Horton, burying the Homestead. And, you know, Chad Zolman was telling me that was one of the keys last week, that Noblesville's punter was burying him. He's got a
big hole. He might score. Donnie all the way into that end zone. We've got a penalty flag, and the Eagles players back here are motioning against Brownsburg. We'll wait for the official call. Nice run by Donnie, but Brownsburg players seem to be resigned to a penalty against them too, as they are all retreating back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they went jumbo there. They put about 2 or 3 tight ends on the line right there and trying to develop that run game, and they do break off a huge run, but the penalty is going to be on Brownsburg, so they're going to have to march back.
John, we saw some different players in that first quarter last week against Avon, and we've already been a little bit confused here now too. Jacob Fessler is getting some time in as wide receiver number 35. Here comes number 40. That's Gabe Copley. We've seen him play before, but
yeah, here comes that 2 tight end set trying to, get some extra beef on that offensive line.
Yeah, because Zionsville's been able to stack that run. Only 2 wide receivers now for the Bulldogs. Fake handoff, and I like this play. Here's Ben going down to Terrell. Threw that a little too far. Pretty good play, too, by the Zionsville defender, Will Veet. He is a senior defensive back.
Yeah, just a poster up by Preston Terrell right there, trying to catch a quick touchdown pass, but Ben throws it just a little bit too far, and Preston can't get it with a defensive back right on him.
Scoreboard showing 2nd and 20 now. Here's Ben. Handoff to Donnie, not going anywhere.
This is only halfway through the first quarter, and Wheat's already probably up over 100 yards.
69-yard touchdown run for Brandon Wheat, his 2nd score tonight.
Well, I said let's see how they do in the next 5 or 6 minutes, and it took them all of about 30 seconds to get the momentum back on their side.
Wheat only had 1 touchdown prior to tonight's game. He's got 2 here in the first quarter. Austin Watson's PAT kick is good.
20 miscues early on in this game, and I think you'll agree with me, Jan, that one of the keys to the game, if you were putting down keys to the game, was take care of the football.
Absolutely.
And so far, Westfield has not done that.
Yeah, 2 major mistakes. If Carmel puts this in, it's going to be really, really costly.
J.D. Rogers sets in a slot to the right side. Quarterback draw. They've got him right at the line of scrimmage. And one of the guys in there is Hauser again.
Williams, the ball carrier.
Westfield hanging in there defensively, trying to get some help, and now Carmel's got a decision to make here, Bake.
Westfield making some defensive changes. I don't think it's a decision, Jan. I think you go for it. You're in their territory. A punt probably goes into the end zone, and you gain about 20 yards max.
I would agree. And you're at home. You got a powerful running game. You got a great front yard. Now, the question is, Westfield's got to still respect the pass here. Let's see what Carmel does. They only need 4.5. 4, 3, 2. They going to get it off?
I'm not sure they did, but the officials let it go. They're going to throw on 4th down. They got a receiver upfield.
He's got it.
And it is caught.
Oh, that's a touchdown. No flags. I don't see any.
From the 34-yard line, a 34-yard touchdown reception.
Wow. This was well thrown. You know, guess what happens to so many teams? You sit here and talk about the fact they can't pass the football. And what do? It's not quantity, it's quality. Man, you can't throw that one any better. That was right over the shoulder, into the hands. Defense wasn't that bad at all. And Westfield's got theirself in a deep hole early.
But the point after is good.
Back off, still 15 on the play clock. Spread offense now, empty backfield, in fact, 3 wide to the right. And here is Goody looking to throw. Blitz is on, looking, steps up, now runs to the left side to the 20. Stop and go move to the 25, gets another yard to the 26, so he got something out of nothing, but again, another penalty.
From his defensive back.
Yeah, coming down as a strong safety position. He can tackle like a linebacker, but he has skills like a defensive back. Being able to stumble Price and have him look for a hole.
That makes me wonder, John, we've talked about these teams studying film. Had Anthony Lawrence seen that, and the defensive coach said, hey, get up on the line of scrimmage and make the, get in their backfield. I
think it was actually trying to cover the
There he goes
wide
again,
receiver
Anthony
in the
Lawrence
slot.
coming up. So he did it again. He came up to the line of scrimmage there right at the snap. Cade Schuper going to try and make that tackle on the far side. He can, but plenty of other Bulldogs will, and it'll bring up a third down.
Third down
for
long.
the Eagles.
Here it's going to be a third down, 15, 16.
Yeah, John, I want you to kind of keep an eye on that if I miss it. Anthony Lawrence, again, they had him right at the snap, moving right up to the line of scrimmage, so they don't expect any kind of a Zionsville long passing attack of Anthony Lawrence, our free safeties, coming up and making tackles at the line of scrimmage. And there he is again.
Comes. He's just going to...
Yeah, he's guarding the slot receiver.
Yeah.
So we know there's going to be a pass now on 3rd and 15. And sure enough, Zionsville quarterback looking, rolling, passing, got a completion, but well short of the first down. That's just going to get almost back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, about 11 yards short of that line to gain. So,
yeah, and I'm sorry we're not giving you this quarterback too much. We just did not expect him to pass. That's Josh Stone. He is a junior quarterback, 6'1", 175 pounds for Zionsville. Josh Stone is the Zionsville quarterback. So with 1:58 here left in this first quarter, we're tied at 7, and Zionsville going to punt. Just got a score update. Ben Davis up 20-0 in that first quarter versus Southport. Of course, no real surprise there, but a big early lead for Ben Davis.
There's a great punt right there.
Yeah, they have a pretty good punting game.
Right there at the 29-yard line.
That was Mr.
That's
Cooper.
correct.
Yeah, if that was Mr. Cooper, he averages 36 yards per punt. Clay Chase just over 35. So, 1:44 left, 7-7, and I am sorry to see that an ambulance, ET personnel have pulled up outside here, and I think they're going to take off their player that was hurt in that first quarter.
Firestone.
Yeah.
Their leading wide receiver.
Yeah, their leading wide receiver, Trey Firestone. Now, Mr. Firestone is just a sophomore, so we know he'll be back. Donnie Marcus is back and running, and he's got 5 yards off to the left side. Leighton Jones is wearing number 35. We got that in, got a message here in the press box. Leighton Jones is wearing number 35. He's just a freshman. We have heard he is one very good athlete, so he is starting this sectional championship game for Brownsburg. Number 35 is Leighton Jones. Here's a pass. Ben's going deep, trying to find Luke Lacey. Luke has to hold up a little bit and not able to reel that one in. But a deep pass, so we're keeping that defense honest here, John, stretching the field a little bit and going deep.
Yeah, right there, the defensive back is just going to collide with Luke because Luke is trying to track the ball, and Ben just throws it a little bit too short, and Ben can't, Luke Lacey can't corral it, so it's going to be a third down here.
3rd and 5.
Empty formation.
Brownsburg scored on their last possession to even this game up. Clock ticking down to almost 1 minute left, first quarter. That's a completion. Myers, I think.
Yeah, number 9, Ty Matthews.
Ty Matthews, I'm sorry.
That's a great catch right there over the middle. They're going to move the chains. It's going to be a first down. So Leighton Jones coming back into the ball game as a blocker here. He's going to line up at the end of the line. Copley is also out there. So adding some extra beef on that offensive line.
Matthews with the first down catch. And now here's Donnie Marcus breaking into the open field. Donnie cutting left. He is going to try and juke out some more Zionsville defenders, and he's going to get the job done. Big first down run for Donnie. Donnie probably has 40, 50 yards already here in this first quarter.
And let me just tell you, he just hit a nasty move on that Zionsville defender, making him trip and stumble right there, and Donnie picks up a lot more yards, picking up a great first down.
Donnie Marcus about 1,400 yards on the season now. And here's a wide open receiver now, and that is Luke Lacey trying to twist and turn ahead for any yard he can get, and he will be close to first down. That is a Brownsburg first down. So a good second possession, or a good possession here before the end of the first quarter. Brownsburg scored on their last possession is what I meant to say. So Brownsburg moving the ball again here against the Eagles.
Brandon Burks has actually checked into the ball game, and I like this tempo they're using here, trying to, use this hurry-up offense.
Yeah, Burke's no stranger to carrying the ball for Brownsburg. Now, he didn't get any carries last week. He is averaging 4.2 yards per carry, Brandon Burks. He has run throughout the season. He has 72 carries coming into tonight's ball game. And that's going to be the first quarter.
Wow.
Wow is right. Thrilling first quarter. Zionsville on the board for...
Who has 1 touchdown to his credit is the guy that will haul the mail as far as pass reception. He's the leader, 19 reception for 363 yards, and now his 4th touchdown. 2nd and 5. Fake the inside handoff, going to try to get a bunch. Got a wide open receiver at the 18-yard line. The pass is caught by Downing again, and the ball is loose. Westfield says they've got it, and I think they may, depending on the officials' reaction here, Jen, if they're going to call him down.
They're going to call him down.
Oh, my.
I think he was down big. He fumbled it when his knees and lower extremity were already down. Let's see what they call here. He's hurt. Twisted something there.
So down at the 1-yard line, the reception by...
He had to wait on the football, and he is just a boatload to bring down.
That is Downing again.
He has 4 rocks touch him. See, he's down. That's a good call.
All right, so down at the 1-foot line. And it's 1st and goal. Downing is the 5th leading receiver, only 12 reception for 75 yards, no touchdowns coming into this game tonight. So here we go, back to the line of scrimmage on a 1st and goal from the 1. Quarterback sneak, in for the touchdown is Christian Williams.
Wow. And how often do you see that? A couple mistakes by a ball club, another team scores, and what should have been a competitive situation has now just turned into a snowball out of control. And it just takes a few things at a sporting event sometimes to really just to completely change the complexity of a ball game.
Now the point after attempt. It's good. Third rushing touchdown of the year for Christian Williams. And now with 9:23 to go in the half.
Numerous times for Donnie. That did not get a first down. Those officials are marking that just short.
Yeah, it's going to be fourth down and really short, maybe not even a yard. They're going to bring the chains out and measure to see if the ball did actually cross.
Rare that we see a measurement these days.
Well, this is, depending on a sectional title, so I guess they want to be precautious about what they do. It's going to be fourth down in the inches, the ref signals. Mr. Good, what do you see down there?
Yeah, it's right here in front of me. It can't be more than about maybe 3 or 4 inches on the fourth down here, but it did look like a good spot. So looks like the Dogs are going to go for it. Didn't really look like Coach Hart hesitated at all.
Yeah, we haven't seen him really hesitate throughout the season. Trying to gain momentum here and score hopefully a touchdown on this drive.
If called upon, Clay Chase now, I updated his stats today, field goal. Now, he did miss a couple last week. He is 5 out of 8 on the season. Of course, we're not going to go for the field goal right here. Let's see if they use this power set. I see Jared Hughes in there. What else you see, John?
Yeah, they got Preston close. We saw this last week. He lined up very close.
I say a Ben Easter
line.
sneak. I think this is the formation they run the sneak from, but we'll see.
You might also want to use a hard count here to try and draw him off sides.
Jared Hughes, a blocking back. Everybody's lined up. They are going to try and sneak this ball. They're going to try and push Ben forward. Preston Terrell on the far side. He's looking into that line and says first down Brownsburg. We'll wait for the official call.
Yeah.
And he does make that. First down Brownsburg.
Yeah, they're just going to sneak it right there with Ben Easter trying to push him forward, and they do. It's going to be a first down. Looks like they can gain another first down. Yes. So they have another chance at a first down.
Yeah, it looks like the ball's at the 12-yard line. First down, your Bulldogs. Tie ball game now. Donnie Marcus with a handoff. He's got a hold. Donnie up the middle. Donnie's going to score. Donnie clearly in, and that is going to be a 12-yard TD run for Donnie Marcus. Donnie, his first touchdown of this game. Last two possessions, Brownsburg really able to move the ball well after a first possession going nowhere. Now Brownsburg able to pick that up.
Good.
Donnie has 11 touchdowns.
I'll try to look at that box out thing this weekend.
Yeah, Donnie Marcus now with 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
Clay Chase waiting the snap. Harless is the holder, I believe he has been all year long. Don't know if you can see that, John. Extra point up, and as we saw last week, every
really nice job of driving the corner off the football, and then as soon as that corner turned his hips, what'd he do? Stopped and came back to the football.
And great timing by Ryan Bond, the quarterback again at 5'10", 160. The ball gets out of his hands quickly. I like the idea of throwing on first down, trying to ease a second and third down coming up.
Didn't Jeff George have a receiver at Warren Central one time that used to run discipline?
Is in there for his first score tonight.
Yeah, there's no chance that they're going to stop him there. I mean, the offensive line is just so much bigger and stronger, faster. They just create a huge hole for Weems to is in there, and there's nobody really around him. He just walks halfway into the end zone, and Center Grove offensively has dominated this football game tonight.
Austin Watson will kick the PAT. Caden Curry, long snapper, and Harrison Luck, the holder. Good snap, the hold, the kick. It's good. 28-7, all Center Grove.
First play of the second quarter, and Center Grove's already got 28. Franklin Central needs to make some changes, make some adjustments. They're going to stop this center.
Again, what I'm anxious for here tonight, Mark, is how does the cold weather affect the ball itself? It gets a little hard, a little slick. As the game goes on, I'll be curious to see what role that plays in the game.
Kyler Evans in man coverage there out of his corner position, doing a nice job of breaking up the attempted reception by the much taller receiver for the East Central Trojans. But 2nd and 10 now. Bond looking to throw again. He'll go back to the same target. Looks like this time it's complete. Forward progress across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Great timing again, Mark. That's what I liked about that throw there. A nice little button hook or almost like a sit route here. And nice job by Bond of finding finding Bashu in the hole. Now, really at 3rd and 4-5 here, probably in four down territory inside the 40-yard line of Morrisville.
Great design of the play. The outside receiver ran the defender off, and Badishu from the outside cut across the middle. So 3rd down and 4. And again, we think it's 4-down territory. A little bit of motion there, and we'll see who backs up. I think they're probably going to get Fike for leaving early, don't you think?
I think it's offsides. I think the nose tackle got into the neutral zone. I think they're going to call that on Morrisville.
Well, there was a lot of motion.
Yep, I felt like that. It looked like, to me at least, that Bobby Gentry moved into the neutral zone.
Much to the chagrin of a blue-clad faithful.
Yes, they're not real
us.
happy about that. But again, I thought that's what I saw from way up here. I'm not sure that it was correct, but the officials, I think, saw the same thing.
So with the 4 yards to go for the first down, give them 5 and give them the first down across the 35 to the 33. And Ryan Bond and company now will get out of that wing T look and go more of a standard I formation. I like football like this. This is what I like right here. Little ISO, nothing doing. That stingy defensive front. Gentry, O'Connor, Kite, and Oldham with help from the linebacker support.
Well, I'll tell you what you and I both know is, I like to throw the ball. You're more of a run guy, but I do know this. In this weather, okay, and in Indiana, if you cannot run the football and you cannot stop the run, you're not going to be in the tournament for very long. Both teams take a lot of pride in both.
Boy, look at that defensive front from Morrisville. Good night.
They are put together.
Squeezed a yard out of that somehow. Eyed the backfield again. Play action to Fike, and it's batted away at the line of scrimmage. Tommy O'Connor is just going to be a thorn in the side of East Central all night. I mean, just so active off the edge and keeps his head up. Gets a good look at what the quarterback is doing, and look at that. That's just that, and you know what? That's a drill that's worked on regularly in practice.
Well, the fundamentals. If you can't get home, get your hands up. That's
right.
Exactly what O'Connor did. Great job, and especially you're looking at Tommy O'Connor 6'3". You're looking at Ryan Bond 5'10". Put the length of Tommy O'Connor now. He's more like 6'7" or 6'8". Nice job.
Yep. So they'll tighten up the formation now. Little wildcat action to Jake Fike. Fike finds some running room to the right side. He gets to the 30, and then he's blasted backward.
Hello. I tell you what, the nice thing, and again, you can see this on this replay. This is the man's game tonight. This is not for the faint of heart. It's going to be a physical game. And again, if you are East Central, you have to go for it here. You're again inside the 30-yard line. I'll be anxious to see if they move Bond a little bit here because of the height issue he's having on throwing the ball.
On 4th down and 5, now they'll shift out of the I formation. Bond will drop back, motion man from left to right. Looking to the right side, continuing to look. Pioneers with it pretty well covered. Now looks over the back of the middle of the field. Great throw and catch inside the 20 to the 15-yard line and complete that to David Badishu. 22 receptions and almost 400 yards and 5 TDs on the season.
That's the way, Mark, and we'll see this on the replay. Badishu just works from the right to the left. He slips and then keeps working and stays alive. And again, phenomenal job by Bond of finding him. Great throw and catch.
5 blue shirts, and he found a seam.
Finds that hole and just sat there. Great job. Great job by Badishu.
Back to the I formation now as they keep the chains moving. They'll give it off to Fike. Fike with some running room left side and momentum. along with a pile, carries him forward. And you can see substitutions coming onto the field for the Pioneers. And once you get down to about the 10, you look for that goal line set.
You look for your best players. And I think that's the one thing that Mike Gillen understands in all his years is when you start talking about money downs and money areas, the red zone is put your best players, that goal line defense, but put your best players on the field at one time.
So Zach Richards comes in, goes to that strong side defensive end, and they switch Connor over to the weak side. And they run right at him, a late flag.
Great job by Bobby Gentry. He fought off a block there. Think they're probably going to get a hold here on East Central. Again, just what Mooresville needed.
Pioneers clap right away once the officials come in and make the call, so they'll back them up 10 from that spot.
I'll tell you what, though, I've been impressed with East Central. They've thrown the ball well.
Yes.
Now, the biggest deal, Tommy O'Connor, when he has not knocked the ball down and created some pressure, again, they've done a nice job of moving the pocket just enough to make sure that Bond's able to get rid of the ball.
19 sectional titles, 8 regionals, 4 semi-states, and 2 state championships. Their first in 94 for East Central under Rod Ballard, a longtime legendary coach. And then, of course, Justin Roden made 2 trips in 3 years to the state championship. Second trip there. He won it in 2017 before moving on to Noblesville.
How about 25 years? In the last 25 years, one losing season.
That's right.
You talk about a tradition that they have at East Central.
Incredible.
Phenomenal football.
He picks up the block, goes into the end zone from 35 yards out.
Wow. Nothing very complicated, Bake. He just gets a hole, finds it, runs, and if you let him get a full head of steam, you ain't bringing him down. Take a look. Just straight ahead blocking. No slants or traps, just straight base blocking. He gets a lot of help downfield. And Carmel puts another one on the board.
So we'll try a point after again. And again, it is successful. 2:28 to go in the first half. Carmel Greyhounds 28. Westfield zip on the board right.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles?
Got over here, and our coaches challenged them a little bit. So Pete Niagara at center, and the boys went out there, and they've kind of taken over now a little bit. And Donnie, for the most part, every run now has been positive yardage, whereas that first possession or two, he got stuff short. But line taking over now, boys looking good, up 21-7 here against Zionsville. The winner takes on the winner of Ben Davis versus Southport in the regional. Ben Davis up early in that game as expected. Now Zionsville gets a big return, and they're going to get out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear the Brownsburg student section going nuts over there. Probably not surprising. Anthony Calhoun from Wish TV just showed up. So students going nuts. He's tossing out cookies like always. Taylor Tannenbaum from WTHR was live from here earlier, so always represented for those Spirit Awards. And Fox 59, who has one of the best high school sports coverage in the state, also here getting highlights of the game.
Very good. So all the big three around here getting highlights of this game. This is a big game. And there's a tackle by Monty Jackson. What a week he had last week, John.
Yeah, he had a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
But beyond that, he made a bunch of tackles. So Monty
did.
Jackson, he's been a very, very good story for the Bulldogs this year. Monty came into this game. I don't have him among our leading tacklers, but he's a junior. He's number 83 out on that left defensive end for the Bulldogs. You folks know him. You've seen him. Been a great surprise and a good addition to the Brownsburg defensive line this year. 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, we'll say. And there's Mr. Wiseman. So now they have Wiseman at quarterback, and there you see why. Great throw, great completion. First down, Eagles.
Yeah, they're going with a kind of a pocket passer there. They're just going to do a play action, and they find a wide open receiver through that zone coverage, and he's wide open, being able to get that catch. And Wiseman staying in the game, first down and 10 for the Eagles.
That's a good point, John. I think they do need the passing game, so that's why we're seeing Wiseman. He completed a good pass to one of their better receivers, Mr. Cooper, out there. Hey, we shut down Price on this. Well, he got a few yards after all. Was that Cam Keys on him, John?
Yeah, Cam Keys, number 7. He had a great game as well last week, being able to, snuff out Avon's great offense. And right there, he gets Price to a minimal game, I think a gain of 1 on that play.
Yeah, we talk about Price. He has more yards than Donnie Marcus on the season, number 33 for them. He has 1,583 yards. Donnie came into the game with 1,365. Donnie over 1,400 yards now, we believe. Here's Price. No, he's going to pitch it back. Got a little trickery going on here. Wiseman throws it deep. Wiseman got hit, and that's going to be an interference penalty against the Bulldogs. Everybody on the Zionsville sideline knows it, so that may result in a touchdown for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a great throw there by Wiseman. He was hit right after he released by Cam Keys, screaming through, and Isaiah Higgins tried to keep his hands up, trying to plead his case that he did not commit a foul, but the Zionsville receiver came down with it anyway, so it is going to be a touchdown catch.
Who was
for the
that
Eagles.
Zionsville receiver? Did you see, John? We'll get it here.
Yeah, it's number 2, guys, and that was one of the better receptions I've seen this season. Isaiah was all over him, so much so that he got flagged for interference, but he still got way up high and came down with that. So nice catch there by the Zionsville receiver, number 2.
Yeah, Weitzel, Brody Weitzel, 6'6", receiver right there, being able to come down with that catch.
Yeah. That's his 5th touchdown of the year, so he is one of their better receivers. Hey, so that quarterback change worked right away for the Eagles. They're right back in this game now. Big extra point. As we talked about, we saw it last week. Every extra point counts, especially in tournament play, and that one's good.
46-yard return. What do we have, a penalty?
There's a flag way over there on the other hash mark. Must be unsportsmanlike. Because it's after the play. Because they're letting the play stand and then it's 15 yards afterwards. Must be unsportsmanlike.
It's a penalty against Center Grove, and it's a 15-yarder.
He put both hands on his head. I don't know exactly what that one...
I'm not for sure what that signifies, Ted.
Maybe it signifies that none of them know what's wrong either, and they're just going to give it.
I have no idea. I've never seen that call before. Maybe somebody on Facebook can make a comment and write in and let us know what the tapping of the top of the head with both hands, what that means on a penalty.
Usually it's a lineman downfield, but on.
Okay, here it is. It's illegal participation when Curry lost his helmet. Once you lose your helmet, you're supposed to, I guess, not participate.
Stop. Yeah.
You just stop, and you can't continue on to block or. Okay, thank you, John Summers, for that explanation. Center Grove gets 8 yards, 9 yards from Weems. Now on second down and short, they go back to Weems. He's through there and looking for the end zone. He scores his second touchdown of the night.
Boy, Weems has gotten better and better as the years went along. Early in the year, you didn't see that, but now his balance. What's a great balance? I mean, he gets a nice block here. It gets him in the open, but look at him dive for every inch. He's reaching for extra yardage and just does an outstanding job of getting into the end zone.
Thank you to everybody online. A lot of people saying the same thing, Ted. Again, you lose your helmet, you cannot participate. You need to kind of stop your play, and that's the penalty against the Trojans. But in result, the Trojans still score. Weems, 14 yards out, his second score tonight.
It's a pretty hard thing to do if you've ever played football. I mean, your helmet comes off, you're just supposed to stop and be a mummy in the middle of the field and do nothing. I mean, of course you're going to continue to try to defend yourself and block.
PAT kick is good, 35-7, Center Grove.
And you mentioned it is an untimed down. So the quarter is done, but since the penalty happened after the quarter was done, they were going to run this play here, and Milton decides to go empty in the backfield. 3 receivers top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. Milton's going to throw a quick pass to Peyton Brown, and Peyton Brown is wrapped up by the defender, by Luke Traylor, I believe that is, and that is how this first quarter ends. Score is tied 0-0. Two evenly teams match. We'll see what happens in the second quarter. You are watching IHSA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
Pulling his way inside the 45. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Homestead, keeping things on the ground once again. So Homestead maybe crossing up a lot of folks who thought it would be an air battle here tonight, and it may well be. But the Spartans have been able to find the balance, and primarily led by early on the running of Tyler Burris, and then Jake Archbold running out of the Wildcat formation. And he's back in there now. 1st and 10. But now we're down to 1:07 remaining in this first half. And here is that Archbold looking to throw the ball. Loads, fires to the right side. He's got a ball that is caught. And let's see, they will mark it a catch inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. So the Spartans come with Archbold throwing the football. And it'll be 1st and 10 as Homestead trying to extend what is a 10-0 lead. Hurry up offense now. And here's Goody back in there. Hands off, the off-tackle run inside the 15. Again is down to the 11, maybe to the 10-yard line. And with the clock ticking down to 25 seconds, we're going to have a timeout called by the Spartans. So he will take a break right here, 10-0, but Homestead knocking on the door. In
broadcast, we've had great weather all year long, but the windows are closed here in this press box because of the temperature, so we're not going to hear a lot of crowd noise on our microphones. Trying to get this first down. It's a big one, and Zionsville makes a big defensive play, and the ball's loose. I hope Zionsville doesn't pick that up. They do pick it up. They're not going to run it anywhere, but oh boy, that's a big turnover deep in Brownsburg territory. Donnie Marcus actually made the tackle on that. And Zionsville with a fumble recovery, they get their first turnover of the game.
Yeah, Zionsville going to be set up in great field position here. It's going to be a first down in about 10, it looks like. So first down and 10 at the 10. So
this could turn this game around in a hurry, as his third last touchdown didn't. Wow. Okay, everybody, take a breath. We got a good defense. I see Dane Middlebrook right there. Isaiah Street on that defensive line. Cade Schubert at linebacker. All our usuals. They're going to need to come up big here now. This ball is on the 15-yard line. After that turnover, Mr. Price is going to take it, try and find a hole. Look at this little guy make a big tackle right there.
Yeah, Cam Keys, number 7, being able to make that great tackle right there as he stands over Price, showing that he was able to smell that play coming from a mile away.
Cam Keys, 37 tackles on the season, coming into this game, 6 of those tackles for loss, so he is one of our tackles for loss leader. And he got him just right back to the line of scrimmage. Big play by Cam Keys here. 6 minutes left in the half, dropping back to pass now. They have Wiseman in at quarterback again. He's a better passer from what we've seen than their starting quarterback, and he completes that for a short gain. Short gain, 35.
Whitesell makes that catch, number 2.
Like to get this stop here. If they have to, their field goal kicker is 10 out of 12 on the year, Mr. Freeman. So they've got plenty of scoring potential from their field goal unit. I wouldn't mind just holding them to a field goal here. That'd be a bonus after a turnover deep in our territory against the Bulldogs. 3rd and 4, the scoreboard is showing. Price to the far side. Brownsburg defense has got him strung out. Keys trying to make a big tackle. He can't. Price turns the corner on him before.
Flag is thrown, though.
A big boom is laid out there by C.J. Tanner following up, and I think that's going to go against the Eagles. From the position of the flag I saw, John.
Yes,
I don't know what you saw.
I did see a little bit of grabbing and holding on the offense, and it looks like they're going to march back here. Let's see what the official says, though.
As long as he moves that ball back to the Eagles' way, that would be to the left from your view there on our screen. Drew Baum up on camera, up on top. Way to go, Drew. Y'all see him dressed. Well, you did. If you will follow us on Twitter, you did see the way he was dressed. It was awesome. So Drew's up there in this weather doing a good job He is running the camera.
Empty set here for Zionsville.
5:11 now left. Third and very long. 3rd and 20, the scoreboard says. Wiseman, he's going to try and get a touchdown out of this, and he's going to overthrow that ball incomplete.
Yeah, that was thrown pretty far out of bounds right there.
Be about a 35-yard field goal if they attempt it. Now, he's pretty good. His long on the season was 45. Freeman, John, if you can find that on their lineup, I'll try. Freeman.
Yeah, I don't see a 45 here.
Zionsville try for a field goal. They are marking the ball at the 32-yard line. Be a long kick. There is no wind to speak of. That kick is up. It's got plenty of distance. What a boot. That looks good, and it is. Freeman, that is his name, and he now is 11 out of 13 on the season. That's not his longest of the season, but that was
all game. That just shows you how both offenses have been able to move the football but not get all the way into the end zone.
Linebackers playing towards the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff, and you see just the escapability that Tyshawn Woods has. He made 3 guys miss. He's got a gain of about 3 or 4, but you just see how shifty that he is, and he uses that stiff arm pretty well.
Yeah, we're talking to Coach Kyle right before the game. He said, we want to eliminate the yak. We want to make sure that Woods isn't able to pick up the yards after contact. So, you saw all the initial contact at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't bring him down. He was able to lunge forward and pick up 4 yards.
David Baker, bottom of your screen. Trailer in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers also at the top of your screen. Inside handoff to Woods, and Woods makes that first guy miss, and there's the gang tackling that you talked about, Brent. That's what they want to do with Woods. Once one guy hits him, we need to swarm and tackle him. That time they did a good job of doing that, as it's now a 3rd down in what seems to be about 6 for the Cecina offense.
Yeah, big 3rd down play. We saw a similar one on the first drive, and it was a big gainer going to Baker after the catch. He was able to elude the first tackle and pick up some good yardage afterwards. So, look for them to go through the air here. They got Baker slotted in the slot. I imagine quick hitter to him.
Crowd is getting amped on this cold night here at Heritage Christian. Trailer's going to rush to his left side, and he throws it off but doesn't find a receiver, making the big hit. Ethan Lowry on the quarterback. They're going to say it was a forward pass. So it is 4th down for Cecina, and looks like we might get our first punt of the game, albeit from Cecina.
I'm not too sure about that play call. Either you go confidently with a run, or you have him settle in the pocket and try and find a player downfield. A rollout in that situation is good, but Heritage Christian knows it's coming. They know you've got the far field, and just a great job pursuit by the Heritage Christian defense.
And Lowry was a free blitzer on that play. That's why he got to the quarterback so quickly, and almost a blocked punt, but the punt does get away. Fair catch is taken and received at the 46-yard line. Heritage Christian wants a flag on the play for an interference by Schlomeyer.
Probably thinking getting close to 4 down territory, aren't they?
To your point, I know we're in the 2nd quarter, but it feels like East Central needs to get points here. They need something here. They don't want to give the ball back as easily as Mooresville moved it last time. You want to hang on this ball as long as you can.
See Robbie Gentry trot off. 34 tackles for him on the season, a run-stopping nose tackle at 5'8", 285. Bond going to air it out up the sidelines, and Studer is open and threw it out of bounds. He had a little bit of room, and then he stopped, restarted. By that time, it went out of bounds. And I think what they'll probably do, looks like they're going to try to flip the field position a bit here and punt it away.
And if I'm Jake Miners, your defense has played well. You gave up 1 drive here. Let's see if you can pin them down deep. Let's see if you can flip the field as you talked about. I like the decision. 4th and 7 at midfield. I think it's a little risky to try and go for it.
Sander Lowry, by the way, got to give credit where credit's due. He's played pretty nice corner tonight. Stevenson looking to make the fair catch and does so at about the 15-yard line, and that's where the Pioneers will go to work once again.
Well, I tell you what, I'll be anxious to see. And again, you talk about that rhythm. That rhythm as an offensive coach, when you find it, okay, that's something that you can't just put a price tag on, because it just starts feeling good to you, and you really start almost predicting or staying one step ahead of the defense, and that's what happened in that last possession.
Eastern Indiana Conference is split between 3A and 4A. The 3A schools Lawrenceburg, Greensburg, Batesville, and Rushville. And 4A, it's East Central, Franklin County, South Dearborn, and Connorsville. That's an interesting structure to that particular conference, necessitated geographically, I think, by the school size.
Well, down in that southeast corner, they're just, again, you're kind of, hamstrung a little bit on who you can play, which is why East Central plays a couple teams from Ohio.
First down carry, little or no gain, maybe squeeze the length of the football out of it. If you're Pioneers, again, East Central looking to flip the field position, so you don't want to get too conservative offensively. 7.5 to go in the first half. Pioneers scored on their most recent possession to give you that 7-0 score that you see. Little jet sweep look, trying to find the left side, and there's just nothing doing. Great discipline by the weak side defense for East Central. That's Gage Ertl and Dayton Half, along with Nate Griffin, the linebacker.
And I tell you what, I like that play call. You're almost probing a little bit here. You're trying to see, okay, what is East Central going to do when I go jet motion? What are they going to do when I hand the ball off to Evans here? And I think the biggest thing, more than anything else, you're trying to figure out what are their adjustments. And now here comes the counter. So look for that motion again, and for Mike Gillen and the Pioneers to do something off that.
See, right now Jake Miners is liking his decision to punt the football, but that's if they stop them here on third down. Perry rolls right, throws it out the flat and overthrew his intended target, and Braden Evans, and that'll force the Pioneers to punt it away from the shadows of their own end zone, and could give the East Central Trojans pretty good field position.
Talking to Mike Gillen, he really feels like Perry's got to play well. He's on a great trajectory, really played well the last 2 weeks. Feels like if they're going to advance, he's going to have to play well. Big thing here for East Central on this punt, catch it. Don't let the ball hit the ground.
Jennings County, Greenwood, South Dearborn, the Martinsville Artesian, Silver Creek, and Madison, the schools in this sectional 23, of which this is the championship game. Odell sees it get on the ground, and it'll go out of bounds. They won't get the chance to return it. Devin Donnerworth was hoping to do so, but still, again, good field position for East Central. 6:20 mark of period number 2.
Well, for Jake Miners, it paid off. You trusted your defense. If you're going to win in the tournament, you've got to trust your team, trust your defense. You're down 7-0. Flip the field here. Huge deal starting in the plus territory here at the 46 of Mooresville.
Pioneers were rolling earlier this season, started off with 4 straight wins. They lost to Decatur Central 24-21, lost 2 out of 3, in fact, beat Franklin, and then came back to lose to Whiteland 17-13, and have not lost since. They're going for it all, and not close. The ball was intended. Again, his favorite target appears to be Max Studer. Has a completion to him on the night, but not much else through the air.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got Studer. He likes the size advantage. The biggest thing here, Bond is trying to make too perfect a pass. Keep the ball inbounds, gives Studer a chance to.
Formation for Cecina this time. Trailer under center, 2 receivers top of your screen, low snap, and it's a fumble. Who's going to get on the ball? And it looks to be Cecina ball still, so very fortunate for the Crusaders there, as if Heritage Christian would have hopped on that, Brent, that would have been easy and great field position for the Eagles, Instead, it's going to be a third down in about 15.
Yeah, and right now is where, if you're Cecina, you don't want to do anything where you hurt yourself. Just try and make sure that you don't have a fumble situation like you had on that previous play. Just pick up some yardage, bring out the punt team, and rely on the defense.
So on a 3rd and long, marked in their own 2-yard line, Cecina will look to take the snap. Quarterback gets it, hands off to Woods. Woods finds some lane on the right side, gets past the 10-yard line all the way to the 13-yard line. Still going to be short of that first down marker. Right. And it looks like the punting unit is coming down on the field. Interesting, while that play was going on, Brent, I could see the center and quarterback for Heritage Christian working down there on the sideline, trying to perfect that snap because it's cost them a couple plays in this first half.
Yep, and you saw the play on first down, the play on second down, really just eliminate any chances of picking up the first down. So right now, we saw the punt previously for Cecina was tough. This one, another tough one.
Almost blocked, but it's going to go nowhere as it lands at the 25, gets a Cecina roll. It's going to go all the way to the 35-yard line. So Unfortunate it got that roll because it landed at the 20-yard line and
A
rolled.
little easier and get linemen out in front.
Now you've got trips left. Single receiver to the right. Pressure comes. Bond is able to get away from it. He'll flings it up the left sideline and throw it into his bench. They just can't develop any offensive consistency right now.
Well, you talked about that rhythm. I don't see a rhythm right now for East Central. Now, the beauty is they threw it enough there. They only lost about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, not a lot of time.
Right.
So they got a chance still to flip the field again and try to do the same thing they just did. But again, trying to do that back-to-back series against a Mike Gillen offense, good luck.
Jake Fike handles the punting duty. Dane Stevenson is hoping to get a chance to return it. He's standing all by his lonesome, just shy of the 20-yard line. A really good snap, and he's got a chance to return this one. It's going to bound down, but all of a sudden, great coverage by East Central and a nice punt, a fortuitous roll for the Trojans inside the 10 and spotted at about the 8-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, I'll be anxious to see what Mike Gillen wants to do, how aggressive he wants to be with the ball on the 7 or 8 yard line here. Again, because you need to get 2 first downs. Anytime you're inside the 10-yard line, get 2 first downs. Now you got a chance to flip that field back. So I think the biggest thing now is move the clock, run the clock, and try to get 2 first downs.
Coaching career includes stops at Tri-West, Decatur Central, and Indian Creek. Spent 15 years at Indian Creek. I was putting together some notes on the game. I couldn't believe he was down there that long.
Yeah, that doesn't seem possible, but he had done such a great job at Decatur, such a great job at Tri-West, goes to Indian Creek, makes them relevant. That's one thing that the great coaches do. They make you relevant quickly, and that's what Mike Gillen does.
Robinson, the ball carrier, looked like he had a bit of a seam but got tripped up right at the point of impact and was able to squeeze a couple out of that. You know, he's lived here in Mooresville for 20 years, and I think that was really what he said was
So I don't know what I'm talking about, but Nate Thompson just had the catch of his life right there. That was a fantastic grab, soared through, got it at a size point. What a great catch. We see the replay right here. What a pass. You know, a little bit behind him. He was able to adjust in the air and bring that in. Huge job picking up the first down. Now run a little bit more clock.
Thomas DeFries there defensively couldn't make the stop. Colton Brown tries to jump to the outside between the right guard and the center. Only finds a running room of 2 yards. So second down and about 8 with 2:30 to go here in the first.
You know, it's imperative for Cecina right now to put them in a 4th down and pretty much goal situation on this drive, make them think about it again, and just hold them out of the end zone.
Milton elects to go 2 running backs in the backfield. He's going to pass the ball and has a go route to Peyton Brown. 10-5, dives to the end zone. Did he get in? Refs are saying stopped at the 1.
Wow. Very close. You know, I thought he broke the plane and knocked the pylon over. That's a position where you call it a touchdown. I mean, if we can fire up the, you know, it's one of those tough calls where, you know, we don't have replay. So the call that I call is going to be what stands. Could have stepped out, but right now at the 1 yard line, you'll take it.
Wildcat formation once again for Heritage Christian. It's Colton Brown. He's going to rush to the outside. He's going to lose about 3 yards on that play. And you mentioned when that Wildcat is in, it's going to be a run play, and that really gives Cecina the edge on that because you know what's coming.
Yeah, and in the Wildcat inside of the 5, I like a snap, and then instead of having your running back run and like scream forward straight to the left, have him catch it, hesitate for a second, see if a hole opens up, then go. It's a little bit more of an option read, and it lets you survey the defense and make sure that you've got an open crease to just get it across the goal line.
Peyton Brown this time will take the snap, and again, he is going nowhere. Tackled at the 5, and it's going to be a 3rd down. I think this Wildcat has not really worked in this first half. If you're Coach Kyle Ray, you do want to give them a different look, but you need to mix it up. Maybe if with a Wildcat you do a pass instead of a run, and maybe that's what he's setting up to do.
Tyshawn Woods there, you know, we call his name running the football right now. He had a huge tackle for loss, and just a resilient defensive play right now by Cecina. Back-to-back plays, being able to stop them behind the line of scrimmage. You know, push them back to a tough situation. 30 at the 6 yard line. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, there's about 5 seconds there on the play clock. Heritage Christian is going to call a timeout. We've got 43 seconds We're going to take a quick break, come back for those last 43. Will Heritage Christian knock the football in the end zone? Find out next here on Indiana SRN.
How does a good man become even better?
So I think, again, you're looking at Bond is on the sideline. I was getting ready to say, I hope that's the case because
he doesn't look like he's hurt.
Yeah, don't get bored here. You're doing a great job here. Keep doing what you've done and keep handing the ball off to Fike.
That fullback goes in motion from left to right. Donnerworth going to keep it. Some running room around the left side, and he might have a first down. Looks like he does across the 15 to the 14.
Well, the one nice thing about going Wildcat, you're +1 always because you have two blockers in front of you plus your lineman. And that's exactly what he's doing. They're still running downhill. And, again, I like what they're doing. I was just concerned that something might be wrong with Bond.
Right.
But you and I both see he's just fine.
I think, though, in film tomorrow, they might mention to Nick Griffin they'd like for him to put a helmet on somebody.
Yes.
He came in motion. He slipped up through the gap and didn't really get a hat on him. By that time, he does. And Jake Fike is the beneficiary of that. Just that one block made all the difference in the world on the edge.
And they're just taking their time. You talk about that rhythm. They're in great rhythm, even though they're running the football each down. But they're doing things, and they're probing, and they're finding ways to have more numbers. And it's a numbers game right now. And right now, East Central has more numbers at the point of attack than Morrisville does.
Camden Schmidt, out of his linebacking position, made the stop for the Pioneers. 62 solo tackles for him on the season. Might have gotten the first down, nose of the football, maybe just shy. Looks like they're going to spot him around the 5.
I tell you what, great job by Morrisville because, again, East Central has them not outnumbered by 1, but by 2. Great job, again, by my boy there, 92 O'Connor. He came up big, and, again, they're going to have to here just because, again, you're looking at, I think it's 4-down territory if you're East Central.
Well, of course, in this tight formation, they slipped Braden Evans down from that free safety position. To right along the line of scrimmage, he made that stop. Donnerworth pushes the pile forward and gets into the end zone, and that's just a matter of doing what the defense gives you an opportunity to do. I mean, you call the right formation against the right defense.
Great job in the Wildcat set. I understand now what they were doing. And, again, they're getting +1 or +2 at the point of attack. It's an adjustment that Morrisville has to make now because, again, I'm sure that they saw it on tape but didn't expect there to be a whole series inside the 20-yard line of just doing Wildcat. Great job, great adjustment by Jake Miners.
And give Nick Griffin, that fullback, all the credit in the world. We talk about the block that he missed. Well, the next two, he ended up with a couple of Pioneers on their back. Sophie Browndyke up and through the uprights. And with 56 seconds remaining in the first half, tie ball game. Sectional 23 championship. Pioneers at East Central. A good old good one on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's the finest high school football tournament in all the land. I might be a little partial to it, though. It's the 2019 IHSAA Football State Tournament. That's presented by our friends at the Indianapolis Colts. Mark Janes, Lance Scheib, happy to be with you in Pioneer Country. A fabulous pregame meal at Gray Brothers Cafeteria with Jim Kaiser, with Rex Nichols, with Dave First, with Dave Overly. How was that? Was that an impressive guest list or what?
I tell you what, it was a lot of fun, a lot of stories, a lot of lies being told there, but a lot of fun.
Pioneers on the return. Good return across the 25 to about the 26-yard line with 51.6 seconds left. That, of course, Dane Stevenson, who handles the majority of the return duties for the Mooresville Pioneers. Well, look, I tell you, Crumman, that's a football player right there, that defensive end. 5'11", 263 tackles, as we mentioned, 13 tackles for loss. 3.5 sacks, and clearly a fan of Clay Matthews.
Well, I tell you, just look at him. He just looks that part. He looks like a defensive end. He looks again like an athlete, and boy, he plays well.
Perry and company. Spread formation again under a minute to play. Looking to air it out over the middle. He did a really nice job of looking off receivers. Came back to the middle of the football field and got a big gain all the way down inside the 45 to the 40-yard line.
I was just going to say, how much does Mike Gillen trust his senior quarterback, Perry? He trusts him a lot. Great throw, great timing, phenomenal catch and run. Great job by the Pioneers.
And Pioneers trying to flirt with being inside the red zone here. Danny Swindle with the reception. Pass out the flat, skips through the wickets of Kyler Evans. That'll stop the clock with 34.5 seconds left. But Perry, great job of looking off the defenders.
Yes.
I mean, he was looking left the whole way, and then all of a sudden the middle of the field opened up. He came right back to him and found him.
Strong arm by Perry. Last play that Morris Lorenz called Packer. It's one of the things that being on Mike's staff, Mike loves the quick out. He is the only coach I've ever seen that really prides himself on that. Runs it, has run it for many years, but that was just a simple play called Packer. Again, just didn't execute it and make the catch.
34 and a half seconds left for the 40-yard line. Pioneers with a football. Threatening here, tied at 7 with East Central. Really good first half. You're going to look at the draw. Robinson finds some running room across the 35 to the 33-yard line. Timeout Pioneers.
Good call. Nice play call again. You're trying to just catch East Central thinking it's pass and get upfield. They had Robinson gassed him for down probably a 25-yard run. Great play call.
Better educated coaches produce better athletes. You can help give high school coaches the training they need by contributing to the IHSAA Foundation. Make your tax-free contribution today at ihsaafoundation.org. A relatively new program, but an effective one nonetheless. And I'll tell you something you and I have been involved with. Well, we're involved with last summer. I've been there for a couple of years now. That student leadership conference they do at Plainfield High School in the middle of the summer. We did a breakout session on athletes and talking to the media. And, boy, I tell you what, kids from all over the state converge upon Plainfield. And what a good time that is.
It was. And I got my card in the mail on
I did
Thursday.
too. Yep,
the
sure
23rd of June is when they're doing it again. And I tell you what, it was a great day had by all, just great fellowship, but great learning. Great to see those kids.
And another trip to Gray Brothers.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, priorities, you understand.
Yes.
So whistle blows before the play got off, and a procedure penalty going to be charged against the Pioneers.
And again, you got to have discipline. I know you're excited. I know you're down here. You want to have a chance to score. The biggest thing right now on both sides, have discipline. Again, they're going to try to trick you on defense here. So as a linebacker and secondary, do your job. As an offensive player here comes pressure. Okay, you're looking at a situation that I think East Central hasn't dialed up a lot of pressure yet. Look for them to see how Perry's going to handle it and how the offensive line handles it this time.
Park Heritage leading North Vermilion 26-21, 28-17 Brownsburg over Zionsville. Couple of scores for you. Been a while since I've been in the booth for high school football, Coach. I got to keep an eye on my phone and get a few more scores passed out to folks.
Well, you got to see how Evan and the Zionsville Eagles are doing, and
That's
so you
right.
just want to see how our friends are doing across the state of Indiana.
For sure. I know Brian Crabtree well at North Vermilion. Coached with him at Monrovia once upon a time. And needless to say, Brian Crabtree's found a home at North Vermilion High School. He's had a ton of success there, and good for him.
I tell you what, they score, they play great defense. And again, it's just nice when you find that niche. I remember Chuck Stevens telling me at Frank Central, when you find a school that lets you coach the way you want to coach, don't leave.
Well, he's got an assistant principal on his staff. That tells you about the relationship he has with the administration there.
And
Brian Crabtree could go to a lot of schools a lot bigger.
Oh, and you and I know that when you have the support of the administration, don't leave.
And when you don't.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, that's right. Perry slips through traffic. And just before he gets to the line of scrimmage, shoves it ahead. In the open field, Pioneers, Braden Evans gets the football down inside the 10 to the 9.
Wow, great job by Perry of the awareness to know where the line of scrimmage was. He did not get past the line of scrimmage. Great job by the officials. I know East Central wanted that say an illegal forward pass, but again, he does a nice job. The ball is out before he gets to the 39-yard line, and then Evans takes over. Woo! There's a reason why he's going to Ball State. Great athlete, great player.
He had an eye on the stick and an eye on Evans.
Yes.
Period. I mean, that you can't do it any closer than that.
No, and I tell you what, looking back, you're going to let Perry run.
Right.
Don't leave Evans.
That's right.
Okay, that side is 20-20. But again, great job of extending the play, of climbing up the pocket by Perry and then finding Evans. And then, boy, Evans is electric with the ball. Woo!
Tied at 7. One timeout, I believe, left for the Pioneers. And they are at the 10-yard line, and you got to think that they're indeed in field goal range. The longest one for Bedell for this season is a 30-yarder, and he's 2 of 3 in the field goal department.
And I would say you probably have 3 plays. I mean, you can go 3 plays and a kick here with 16 seconds.
Perry looking, pressure coming, throws it towards the corner, and a penalty marker is down. Pass intended for Kyler Evans.
Again, nice job of getting the ball out of his hands, not taking the sack. And again, Evans tries to bring it down. It just overthrows him just a little bit here. Kyler gets up for it, but nice job by Perry.
High school, half the distance to the goal. Takes it down inside the 5 to the 4.
I tell you what, with 1 timeout left, I don't rule out a run here for a draw or a quick trap or something here. If you like it, looks like they're bringing in bigger bodies here. So, again, it looks like that we're going to see a heavy set or heavy formation for Mooresville. With that timeout, you can run it.
Brett Batchelor in the backfield, 5'9", 300.
Woo. Hello.
Robinson finds some running room right side, pushes the pile forward. Looks like he may have gotten just shy of the goal line. Just about the 1-yard line with 5.6 seconds left. The Pioneers spend their final timeout.
I tell you what, this is an interesting call now, because to me, I think even though you're on the 1-yard line, if you run and don't get it, you get no points. To me, you may want to sprint out, try and throw a quick out, and then kick a field goal. Okay, I'll be anxious to see what Mike Gillen wants to do here. To me, trust your offensive lineman and run the football, give it to Robinson and say, boys, you have to score with your man. If you do that, we put points on the board.
We've called David Batishew's number a couple of times offensively, but because of the fact that teams oftentimes go with different personnel when they're a goal line, Batishew was in on that tackle playing that defensive end position for East Central.
Well, I'll tell you what, East Central is going to man up here. They again, this is what they hang their hat on. They are great up front on defense. They're great at stopping the run. This is man-on-man. Should be interesting.
Backler and Gregory in the backfield, and East Central going to take a timeout. And I think that's a good one. I mean, they look at the offensive set, and they see what they're going to be facing. And now, with the eyes in the skies and the box above us, they get an opportunity to take a look at how they want to attack this defensively.
Well, again, this may be Jake Miner's first year, but he's been around the program for 5 years. He understands it. He was a great quarterback when he went through here. Got great management here. But again, nice job by the defense of understanding here. Let's see, do they stay in the power I, which is what they did. Now, what can they do? And again, I think it's man-on-man. I think it's off tackle. To me, if I'm Mike Gillen, I'm running behind my best offensive lineman, and Zach Richards, and I'm going to let him win.
Got to thank Mike Mossbrucker, the administration, the athletic director here, an outstanding one of the best. Spent some time away from here at Bloomington North. I know the folks at Mooresville awfully happy to have him back, and he has just been so helpful getting us ready this week. So, Robinson, play action pass, throw to the end zone, touchdown. Mike Gillen's Mooresville Pioneers go virtually the length of the field in the final 59 seconds of the first half. Touchdown pass to Dom Olam.
What a call, what a gutsy call. Great throw, great catch. Again, you had the whole East Central defense converging on Robinson. Great job. Perry pulls it out, finds a covered receiver, but fantastic job of pitch and catch there by the Pioneers. Great call by Mike Gillen.
Did I mention 328 career wins? Did I mention that?
It's not his first rodeo.
Penalty marker is down. The kick is a no-doubter, and we will see.
Going to throw for everything. They got a receiver in the end zone and a touchdown from 32 yards out.
He was so wide open. Oh, my word. There was obviously miscommunication somewhere. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him. Take a look here at the replay. Just a pump and go. And look, there's nobody 10, 15 yards of him.
Now we'll go for the point after again, and they've got it.
15 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks, and just a tremendous player. So Seibel gets the penetration that time and makes the play.
Gain nonetheless a couple of yards. Second down, let's call it a long 8. Shotgun formation now. Goody looking, wants to throw this time, and throws the home run ball downfield. Cam Rogers just could not catch up to it, just out of his reach. He had about a step.
And that's good defense because the penetration that time looked like it was the blitz again. Looked like maybe that was Mertz on the blitz, but that pressure for Goody made him throw that ball early, Joe. He wanted to wait another second for Rogers, but the pass rush made him have to get rid of it. And now this is a huge third down for the Carroll defense.
2 safeties back for the Chargers. Third down and 8. Goody trying to make a play now, backs away, still 10 on the play clock. Walking around with 7, with 6. Got to hurry now. We're down to 4, down to 3. Goody with a protector in, wants to throw, drops, looks, throws near sides, got an easy, a drop ball. That was, boy, mark that. That's news. Because Jake Archibald just does not drop balls like that.
He never drops the ball, and Goody puts the ball on time, and Carroll's elected to go with the matchup of the outside linebacker, Steely, against Archibald, and I'd probably put Vollmer on Archibald at this point, but what a break for Carroll. Archibald can't make the catch, and now good field position, and we'll see if Carroll can get their offense going.
Goody in the punt. He'll wait back at the 10-yard line. Bowden Height in punt return for the Chargers. Waits at the Charger 47. Here's the snap. And got it away high, hanging kick. Height calls fair catch and locates it at the Homestead 47. It'll be 1st and 10. Chargers with some of their best starting field position of the night.
As Jan mentioned, the clock is running. It's at 8 minutes right now, and it will not stop, with the rare exception. Running room, left side, pretty close to first down territory that time.
Micah Hauser, the ball carrier.
And that run by Micah Hauser, number 22. In fact, they got the first down.
Ball spot the Westfield 48-yard line.
That's the first down of the second half. 7th, 8th of the game.
A little surprise there. Westfield goes to another running play.
Micah Hauser, the ball carrier.
I don't think you have, you got to maybe just keep them honest, but you just got to start launching them here.
Camden Simon still in at quarterback.
2nd and 8.
They've got 67 yards passing, 39 rushing, 106 total yards in this game, does Westfield. Simons rolling to the near side. We'll get the pass incomplete.
Well, he just down. Excuse me, Meg. He just getting pressure all over him. He had 2 Greyhounds before he even put his arm back to throw the football. He literally had
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Greyhounds all over him.
Carmel has appeared in the 6A football finals 4 times since 2013, winning the championship in 16. They've won a regional 6 consecutive seasons, but in none of those years has Carmel faced another team from the MIC until the state championship. In the alignment for 2020, that'll all change, of course.
Pass interference, and rightfully so. I just love it. When the obvious pass interference, the defender gets up, tries to defend himself, just so perhaps maybe people think it's a bad call. My friend, that wasn't even close. That was a good call.
And even with the stoppage of play, the clock continues to wind. It's inside 6 minutes now, this third quarter. It'll be a 1st down and 10.
You kind of think those young men who kind of do those types of things may have a sales in their future.
Yes, right. Good point. Last year, the Greyhounds 11-3 lost to Warren Central in the state championship game, 27-7. Bo Robbins won the Mental Attitude Award for the Greyhounds. Here's Simons. Knew where to go. And it's going to be second down. He'll get a couple. Second down and 8 yards to go.
Back at halftime with the burnt scoreboard, Heritage Christian 7, Cecina 0.
Might want to keep an eye on that Cathedral game because they're going to play, obviously, New Pal next week.
Yeah, they were leading big time early at halftime.
Throwing on second down.
Well, you know, one of the things I've seen out here, and we have not covered Carmel this year, we've seen Westfield, but Carmel's pretty quick, especially on the defensive side. Their attack to the ball is incredibly fast, so you don't hear a lot about it because it's neutralized, because a lot of the MIC is that way, but Carmel's defense to the ball is spectacular. They are so quick, they really get to the football.
Third down and 7. Pass is incomplete. Well, let's be perfectly honest about it. One of the reasons why they're so quick tonight is they're in the driver's seat. They're dominant in the game. They can just lay their head back, lay their ears back, and go.
Absolutely. And as an ex-defensive player, this is when you love to play football because, for the most part, you don't worry too much about the run. You just take a little weight off your hand, get a little lighter, and it is flat-out attack mode.
Well, it's fourth down and 7, and to be honest, Westfield has no option right now. They got to go forward on fourth down at the 32-yard line. Simon's will throw, and he's going to be knocked out at the 43.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I mean, they literally had 4 great, and they know it. They know he's going to pass, and they're in a full blitz package. But to the quickness point, they literally were on him before he had even stopped coming.
Really has struggled here tonight. Like we said, just can't even pick up first downs, and now they're looking at another third down and 8.
Isaac, should say Kyler Johnson and Gage Gosnell in on the tackle for the Trojans. 3rd and 7.
Great job. Great job.
Knocked down by Dane Young.
He's been a great player all year. You can see they knew exactly what they wanted to run. They know what their tendencies are. They like the down and out, the little curl, and he curled. As soon as he curls, Dane makes the jump on him. He's able to jump, go in, knock the ball away, and Center Grove defense once again, stops Franklin Central.
Sixth punt of the night here for Franklin Central. Low line drive type punt. Fair catch made by Trent Veith, and a flag.
Go to the right side. He's got a drag route catch made inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Again, they found a little something now with Bransfield, I should say. Bransfield.
That's Bransfield on Martin. That's strength on strength. Bransfield gets it. He turns to head to the end zone. And I'll tell you, Nick Martin will tackle anything that's out there. Martin just drops the pads on Bransfield and drops them there, like maybe the 2-yard line, but I love how they're working Bransfield in. It's so easy with the big tight end like that, and Bransfield's like Little for Homestead. He has the knack and the ability to get open.
They also bring Tucker Steely in now for offensive purposes.
Yep, that's the big back. They like to run Steely down at the goal line. He's big and strong and run between the tackles, so we'll see what kind of look they give Homestead here. But that was a great play. But again, Nick Martin, I'm telling you, Joe, that was a big-time tackle to come up and drop Bransfield.
1st and goal from the 3, and a touchdown now for Carroll changes the complexion of this game. Gives new life to the Chargers, but can they get in? Steely up on the wing to the right side. He comes in motion. They'll hand the ball. No, it's a quarterback run to the right side. And spin move down close to the goal line. The ball popped free. They're going to roll it down on contact, though. Becker, boy, did he dodge a bullet.
Wow, did he take a hit. I think that was Martin again that absolutely brings the thunder. And that was, boy, that's going to be close. If that was, I guess they're going to give Carroll the football. I thought he fumbled that ball away. But
they rolled it down on contact, Joe. And now here's a pitch to the right side and a touchdown run into the end zone. That was Hunter Mertz to pay dirt from a yard out at the 7:21 mark, and Carroll still alive.
That was a nice play. It looked like an unbalanced line. Homestead was still complaining about the play before, if it was a fumble or not. I thought he fumbled that ball away, but Carroll gets lined up and runs their big back. And That's a huge touchdown for Carroll, and now we have ourselves a football game in the second half, and Dinan's a good coach. Good coaches make those good halftime adjustments, and Carroll's made their adjustments.
Horton on to try to make it a 10-point lead, cut it to 10. Here's the right-footed kick on the way, long enough, strong enough, and good. So Horton with the extra point, and it's 17-7. The lead is trimmed to 10. We'll be back.
5 and Westfield nothing on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV.
Brownsburg fans watching right now.
Very good. So penalty against Brownsburg, 5-yard penalty. We'll mark that off. So 1st and 5 here, not the way you want to start the second half, but Zionsville didn't start well either. Botched a trick return on that kickoff, set them back deep in their territory, but nevertheless, 1st down Eagles. Here's Mr. Price off the right side. Now, he is their main running back. Normally has a big game, came into this game, actually has more yardage on the season than Donnie Marcus, but
that was a great tackle right there by Isaiah Higgins, who caught the touchdown pass at the end of the first half, being able to tackle Price right there and not allow that 1st down, which Price probably would have gotten.
Now, John, I think for the most part we held Price in check in that first half.
Yes.
He did a couple things, threw a pass too, but I think we were able to hold him down a little bit, which we did in that first meeting back on October the 4th in the regular season. Same starters, Isaiah Street on the rush here, and now after a little pressure, they're going to try and throw the ball to Price.
That's going to be a little bit out of bounds, and Isaiah
Yeah.
Higgins on the coverage. He's everywhere tonight, just made a last tackle, and there he is covering Price. Mr. Goodwin,
Yeah, well, they're lucky that wasn't offensive pass interference. And then did the offensive receiver there, so nice job by the Zionsville player to just knock the ball away from Isaiah.
So here we go. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 4 here.
3rd and 4. Wiseman is in at their quarterback. He did not start, but he's been their regular quarterback this year. I'll check his numbers here for you in a second. He is going to rely on Mr. Price to try and get this 1st down. And boy, Brownsburg defensive line said, no, you don't. They're going to force a punt.
Cade Schupert in there right there, making that big tackle on Price, number 44, our leading tackler.
Yeah, Cade Schupert, he is a linebacker, so he got up there quickly and made the stop. He is our leading tackler by far, even if he was out for 1 or 2 games here this year. So Zionsville, after that kind of mistake on that trick kickoff return, got very deep in their territory, and they have to punt from almost their goal line here. Now they have a good kicking game. Preston Terrell's back, and 14 also.
There's a high punt right there, and
Ooh,
Preston's actually going to get this. Preston did have some troubles receiving punts last week, but there he's able to corral it.
Yeah, R.J. Miles was the other back on that return. Go ahead, sideline.
Yeah, I actually talked to Preston as he was coming out of the locker room and just asked him if his arm was all right. He said, yeah, I scraped a little bit on that cement, but I'm good to go. So no real effects there lasting injury-wise.
Okay, very good. So
There you go. Give the Rock something to cheer about. Good effort. Take a look here. They just come. They got everybody coming after. It becomes a math equation here. So you had at least 2 Westfield Shamrocks that weren't even blocked. But I like it. Still playing hard. That's what you got to do. You know Coach Gilbert's going to make him do that.
Looked like about an 18-yard punt recovery touchdown by Hoover. Now the point after, and it's good. The clock is stopped at 9:02, but it will not revert back. It is still a running clock.
36-yard line, gain of about 2. So make it 3rd down and 8, and we saw already a 3rd down conversion from this Cecina football team on this drive. We'll see if they can convert another one here.
Yeah, and we already also saw the big passing attack to begin the second half. You know, we mentioned the running attack. There's nothing really going in that first half. A couple of good gains, but right now we're seeing the pass really start to open up.
Low snap. Trailer's going to throw to the right side, and it is completed, but short of the first down. So it's going to be a 4th and about 3, and we'll see what Coach Hurley wants to do. It looks like they're going to bring the punting unit out.
Yeah, you know, and that's a situation where they're throwing the football 3 yards, 4 yards short of the first down. And that had no chance of getting a first down on that pass play. I think he was expecting a little bit of a pass rusher to come on to him late. But right there, you've got to find someone beyond the sticks. And of course, right now, Heritage is really being weary of a fake punt. They're trying to keep a little bit of a look.
High snap, but it does get down, and the punt is away.
Wow.
And it is going to take a Heritage Christian bounce. And the ball is going to be marked down at the 32-yard line. That's where Heritage Christian will set up shop for their first drive. We saw the trickery.
Out to Luke Lacey, and he makes a crafty spin move right there.
Luke Lacey caught his 9th touchdown pass in that first half. Handoff to the right side, going to be stopped short of the goal line. Stopped short of the goal line, so that'll bring up 2nd down. We are under 9 minutes left. 3rd quarter here. Your Bulldogs lead. There you see it on your score ribbon from BCSC TV, 28-17. I'm Chris Worley, John Kleemeyer alongside Drew Baum up top on camera.
Brett Cup on doing the scoreboard for us as well.
Yep, and all our technical, he's running everything up here now. Here's a handoff to, is that Donnie? I believe it's a touchdown. Yes, referee is signaling that as a touchdown. So about a 3-yard plunge there for Brownsburg has them a touchdown. And yes, that's a Donnie Marcus touchdown, his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, Donnie slowly taking over this game.
He really is.
So trying to make him more and more active. And we said probably at half he had 100 yards rushing. He probably has 115, 120 rushing yards now.
Yep, and boy, now that scoreboard looks a little better. Your Bulldogs leading 34-17. It's going to make Mike Runyon happy right there. And here is the kick up and waiting for the signal. Good. Play chase again, been perfect.
To win the ball game. With the way that it's been slow moving, the way that it's been able to pick up gains here and there, and only a 7-0 game, a score here could really do well, but that's a tough tackle for loss by the Crusaders.
And that time the inside run, Cecina saw it coming all the way, so it's going to be a 3rd down and just about 4 or 5 yards for Heritage Christian, and I believe they're going to have to pass the ball here on 3rd down. The first pass play from Milton. We'll see Raymond Skill, Harrison Eckel, only 1 target there in that first half, the best receiver that Heritage Christian has.
The way that the defense has played for the Eagles as well, this could be, pick up 4 yards, 3 yards, set yourself up on 4th down and go for it.
We'll see what Milton decides to do here on the 3rd down. He instead he's going to toss to Colton Brown, cuts it right back up the middle, inside the 50 to the 46-yard line.
You got 3 Westville players chasing the fake, and he really gets to the edge and does a great job for the Greyhounds.
Carmel with some youngsters going on to further their education and play some football at the college level. 6:20 to go now. And a missed bobble in the backfield and drugged down by David Harder. Logan Burks, the linebacker, is headed to Army. Ty Wise, the linebacker, is headed down south to IU. Cole Brevard, one of the defensive tackles, is headed to Penn State.
35-yard line. Loss of 10, 2nd and 20.
So they'll lose even more yardage, and it'll be 2nd down and 20, and the
much needed exclamation point for that offense.
And now North Central, or East Central rather, had gone with several different looks offensively.
Look behind the line of scrimmage again, a host of white shirts in there.
Make Carmel with 35 seniors on this ball club. Just counting them for you.
You're just trying to impress me. You can count that high, aren't you?
You don't know if I'm accurate. I just said they had 35. You know what's amazing to me, and you look, anybody who knows anything about Carmel and the great feeder system they have, Carmel's Dad Clubs runs a second, or just first rate, I should say, program for youth, and you look at the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids per year that come out for each class, and to think when it's all said and done, 35 are left, which is a lot of seniors, but not for Carmel.
Well, that's how you build this program.
That's exactly
I'll be perfectly honest. That's people may want to complain about it, but that's how you put together a program like
Carmel's
this.
Dad Club runs an absolute first class.
Well, let me check here. See who carried that football, Jan. It looked like Zavonta Blackburn, a running back, number 23. Carmel has overall won 151 state championships. They have been state champion or state runner-up in all 20 sports currently offered by the IHSAA. And the whole world knows about their girls swimming team.
They've run 130 of those, haven't they?
I think so. They've won 34 girls swimming championships. If my memory serves, that's 33 in a row.
Right.
They've won 55 mental attitude awards, 6 of those coming in football.
Wow.
They'll have to do it again.
Boy, you felt like when Carroll got that turnover, that interception that Archibald got was huge. That really took that momentum from Carroll. And that was on 3rd and 23. Boy, you don't want to get beat deep. But that took a perfect pass, and Goody delivered.
So that'll back Gunner Fry up. Now it becomes a 25-yard extra point attempt from right in the middle of the field. Still 3:44 remaining here in this third quarter. Been a couple of dramatic changes in momentum. Chargers show blitz. Here is a Gunner Fry. 25-yard extra point attempt is good. So
no flag on the play, and now a huge play on the other way.
It is a blocked punt in the end zone. Heritage Christian does receive it, and that is going to be a touchdown. You can see the frustration on Tyshawn Woods saying Jump wanted to get a safety. Instead, they don't get it. Ethan Lowry, the guy who falls on the football. A late flag is thrown on the near side, but all in all, it will be a touchdown by the special teams for Heritage Christian.
You know, we mentioned big plays are going to happen. This is a monster play. This is a play that, you know, we started talking about, you know, the previous play, what's going to be coming up soon. This could be the deciding play right here, as you see just a blocked punt. And right here, you got to bat it out of the back of the end zone. You got to just get that away from you. And you could tell Woods is very frustrated that he didn't do something about that.
I don't know if Woods realized that if it went out, I thought he was going to go out of bounds the football.
Right.
And as long as he recovers it, it's only 2 points of safety. Yep. Instead, Ethan Lowry blocks the punt. He gets the punt, and he's also going to get 7 points on the board for Heritage Christian. Flag looked to be a sideline warning on Heritage Christian, so that will be enforced on the kickoff. King puts the foot into the football through the uprights, and good. 14-0.
We're going to be able to show you that game next Friday night. That's a game, Jan, that everybody's been anticipating.
I've been hearing about that game since kickoff of game 1.
It'll be at New Pal.
But I'm going to put a challenge to both those ball clubs. I took a picture of this buffet. They're being stepping up to the plate when it comes to Matthew Carmel's buffet.
As far as we know, the game is still slated to go at 7. And we'll be down there to cover it for you.
We don't know where it's at just yet.
Yep. It'll be at New Pal.
Is it New Pal?
Yep.
Okay, then I don't have to worry about it because they got a great buffet too. Wow, you know how packed it's going to be in New Pal? It's already sold out before we even talk about this game. Well, if you're going to get to that game, you may want to go Thursday.
They could play an intra-squad game and have it sold out down there.
That place is going to be packed like we've never seen a stadium packed.
So here we're inside a minute. Carmel put this game away early on. The first 5 times they had the football, they scored.
45 seconds left in this one, Big.
Yep.
2nd and 2.
Oh, nice catch. Got him in a little slant pattern. Nice catch out there by number 8, Jacob Riddle, one of the 20 seniors. Nice catch.
Also at the Carmel 32-yard line.
And this could be the final play of the first of the game.
Well, you just hate. Congratulations to Carmel. Hey, you won, and it is what it is. But you don't feel sorry for Westfield because it's part of it. But you just know this is not the Westfield ball club that they knew that could show up tonight.
Running for his life, and that's going to be
That's it, Big.
Brownsburg has played Ben Davis. That was the first game of the year for us. Quarterback going to take this. That's not Wiseman. They're going to snap this ball again. They've done that before in the first half. They did that direct snap. Just gains a few yards there.
Just a quick Wildcat almost draw right there by the running back, quarterback, whatever you want to call it, just being able to plunge up the middle. And it's going to be a 3rd down and goal here about from the 6-yard line.
Same may expect the same thing because Wiseman came off. They may snap this ball short again. They're going to. I don't know if he's going to run it, but this looks like the same type of setup. Fake to Price, and that guy in the quarterback position is going to run. He's going to score a touchdown. Touchdown for Zionsville. They come right back on that possession here in the 3rd quarter. There was just under 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Zionsville has another touchdown.
Yeah, being able to march down the field using the rushing attack in the in the red zone.
I see who that is. That's Williamson again. That's their Williamson. He's their linebacker, great athlete. He had that touchdown in the first half, John. Scores again here.
Yeah.
They like to direct snap to him.
Yeah, using that Wildcat formation right there. They use that read option. Williamson reads that the linebacker is pursuing up the middle, and he's just going to take it himself.
The freeze. And as you mentioned the drive, this could be 4-down territory here. It's 4th down, and instead, Coach Otto Hurl is going to bring on the punting unit once again. So the big play opportunity is there for Cecina, but they just haven't been able to find a way to move the chains here on any drive here in the second half.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the punt here. But you got to get a good punt off A. Now, don't get it blocked. That was close to being blocked again.
And Thompson on the return. That's not Thompson. I'm sorry. That was Zach Schlamer. And
that wasn't bad.
No, I would take the punt. You did have a 4th and 1, but now if Heritage Christian scores again, you really are in 4-down territory. Kind of no matter where you are because you need points.
Yep. And
with 5:23 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, you can't find yourself down 21 points.
No, and also that's a situation where if you're able to kind of flip the field a little bit, you rely on your defense. Now you tell them, listen, we need you to get this one stop for us because we're going to get the ball back with probably a little bit of time left in the 3rd quarter, but we're going to go into that 4th quarter down 2 scores, and we've got to capitalize on every possession.
Milton's going to hand off to Colton Brown right up the middle. He is going to gain maybe 2 yards on that play. So you see how Heritage Christian will continue to run the football. Colton Brown still limping just a little bit. He's still out on the field. We mentioned that it's probably going to be he doesn't want to come out of this game, especially in a sectional game. And, he's going to give everything he has for this team. He's done his part so far with a couple big gains. His team leads 14-0. And Milton had 15 seconds to get this play off. He finally breaks the huddle. 2 receivers top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. And that is Colton Brown standing to Milton's right. Milton was going to look left. Doesn't throw quite yet. Scrambles now just has to throw it away. Looking for Peyton Brown on the sideline, and it is incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8.
And a good reception by the coach on the sideline over here. And put on the Heisman, and it was a nice looking grab, but just a smart decision. His initial route that he wanted to find was the underneath route, and it was completely blanketed. It was a great play defensively by Calvin Connor of Cecina. So right now it's a huge 3rd down.
3rd down and 8. Milton was going to look to throw right now. A screen pass to Colton Brown. Brown cannot get out of the outstretched arms of Tyshawn Woods. We've called him his name all day. Loss of 2, 4th down and 10. And punting unit is on the field for Heritage Christian.
We mentioned Tyshawn Woods a lot on offense. He leads the team with 103 tackles. He's got 4.5 sacks on the season as well. So he really makes his mark on both sides of the football, and that was a monster tackle because if Brown is able to get out of that, shimmy his way through, he's going to pick up the first down and probably a lot more.
King with the punt, almost blocked. He does fall down. No flag for running into the kicker. It gets another Heritage Christian bounce. Cecina will not return this, so it's going to be marked inside the 30 to the 28. And now the offense for Cecina, which has really halted since the first half. They had a couple plays, but they have really not been able to move the football throughout this entire game. They've really bottled up Tyshawn Woods as Heritage Christian's defense. They had a shot at a touchdown. David Baker dropped an easy touchdown, so we'll see if we see that big play here because Cecina needs points and needs it pretty quick.
Yeah, and the defense did their job for Cecina. You know, you elect to go with the punt, and you're going to say, hey, defense, go ahead and give us a stop, give us the ball back. We're going to try and make something happen right before the end of the third quarter and go into the fourth, only down by a touchdown.
Man in motion from right to left. It's going to be handoff to Woods, and he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line, gain of about 2. And they're doing exactly what Coach Ray wanted to do, Brent. He mentioned to us, you know, we take Tyshawn Woods out. He is their offense, and we want to gang tackle him. You saw that there. 3 guys all over Woods.
Yeah, and he's trying his hardest. Woods really is. He's shaking, he's baking, he's just not able to find anything because the defense is there waiting.
And before the play can get off, a flag is thrown around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a false start on the offense, so make it now a second and about 15.
Man, penalties are drive killers. There have not been a lot of penalties in tonight's game, but that is a big one because you set yourself up second down and 8. You know, pick up a good yardage, set yourself up third down and reasonable. Now you're stuck in a situation where you want to get back to the original line of scrimmage, if anything.
David Baker, bottom of your screen. He has single coverage against Nate Thompson. Trailer in the shotgun formation. He's going to look to throw the opposite way. Cannot get out of the hands of Ethan Lowry, sacked in the backfield. That's going to be, I believe, his 20th tackle for loss on the year. And now it's a third and what seems forever for this Cecina offense.
It's hard to do anything when you have Ethan Lowry come through untouched. He is someone you got to account for, you got to point out, you got to make sure, hey, look, we got to get a body on Ethan Lowry. Right there, he came through unblemished and was able to just swing or down to Trailer. Trailer, a good job initially with the fake, tried to elude out of the pressure, but that was just a tough one to get out of.
2 receivers, bottom of your screen, 2 at the top. Trailer in the shotgun formation. He takes a snap, looks David Baker's way. He's going to throw a bomb to Baker, and that is going to be incomplete. Looking for a deep pass. He kind of wanted a flag on the field and on the play. He doesn't get one. And Baker, slow to get up, jogs over to the sideline, and it's going to be a 4th down and forever.
So 4th down, just the huge penalty really just put a halt to the drive. And then aside from that, you go with the deep ball. Really, there's nothing else you could do with 3rd down the mile. And now with 4th down, you can't go for it in this situation. That was a big sack.
Punt is away this time as Heritage Christian does not want to return this. It's going to be marked at the 48 as it gets an extra yard or 2 on the roll. Heritage Christian once again is set up with great field position.
Fantastic punt. Really good punt. Was able to just sky that one and really to flip the field. He was standing on his own 10.
Yeah.
That was a good punt. But right now, you again are just putting a lot of faith in your defense. You saw them really step up and know that Heritage Christian was going to probably try and go with a rushing attack. He really took that away on 1st and 2nd down, forced a tough pass. So right here, look for the run again. But if I'm Heritage Christian, I'm treating this as if we're down, not up in the game.
Yep.
Try and move, get one more big drive.
First pass going to throw to Harrison Eckel, and Milton put a little too much on that football, overthrew his target Eckel, and it is going to be 2nd down.
And, just a lot of hand fighting on that play. Just good job defensively. You want to put a little bit more air underneath that. Let Eckel try and run underneath it instead. He kind of went a little bit more of a line drive on the pass.
Got a couple scores updates for you. Ben Davis defeats Southport 50-10 in the fourth quarter. Carmel leads 35-7 over Westfield. At half, Bloomington South 12, Castle 6. Cathedral at half is up over Decatur Central 28-0. Center Grove over Franklin Central 49-7. And Chittard is...
No, they snap at the price this time. Good play. Zionsville, hey, our guys cut it off.
So, the Dogs.
Our guys cut that off.
Yep.
Woo,
the referee signals no good. Price did not reach the end zone, so Brownsburg is still up by 5. They will receive the kickoff. Now, we just reviewed the 3 keys of the game.
Yep. By the 47-yard line. Clock is going to restart once the chains are reset. Moving toward the 7-minute mark of period 3.
The offensive line is really doing a nice job for Mooresville. When they get their hands on that defensive line, they've done a great job of restarting their feet, and they're reestablishing that line of scrimmage. And again, giving whoever it is back there, whether it's Evans or Robinson, room to run.
Robinson back in there now as the single setback as Braden Evans comes to the sidelines after getting a couple of carries. Couple of wings. Robinson stutter steps to the line of scrimmage. No more than that as Gage Ertl. We've called his number several times. We're going to call it again.
I tell you what, Gage Ertl, what a nice job of playing with his hands. I love defensive linemen. Again, reminds me of wrestling and just great leverage there by Gabe. And then he just comes off, Gage does, and makes a tackle.
Speaking of wrestling, our good friend Carmen Hurley, longtime legendary coach at Warren Central, snowbirding it in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, said it was 90 degrees. He went to the beach today. I got him hooked up with IHSAATV.org, and he's watching us on the computer tonight from Florida. Hello, Coach Hurley. Robinson on the run, finds some running room, left side. Did I see a late flag come in?
It looked like an East Central player was tackled. Okay, that's again, but again, I was blocked, but it looked like there's a hold. Yeah, it looked like he got tackled.
Been a pretty clean game by and
yes,
large.
Yes, it has. And again, that's
which it should be at this level,
yes.
Should it not? I
well,
mean,
you're playing for a championship.
Round.
You've got 2 really good teams, 2 good programs. But I thought I saw Tyson Keller all of a sudden just disappear. It looked like he got tackled. The crew saw it and made the correct call.
Right at the line of scrimmage,
yes.
So harmful, if you will. Backs it up back into Pioneer territory. Football just shy of the 45 as you see it there.
I'll tell you what, you were talking about Mr. Hurley, as I knew him as at Warren Central, because he was a teacher when I was there. As nice as he is now, he didn't always seem that nice to me.
Well,
I tell you what, he was intense, great coach, phenomenal teacher.
Outstanding athlete
yes.
at UIndy, a phenomenal career as an amateur wrestler, and those great teams at Warren Central. As Robinson carries it to the 50, but I first became acquainted with Carmen Hurley as he was an assistant vice principal at Beech Grove High School, and top 10. Not top 10, didn't matter. They all loved him and respected him just the same. One of the finest administrators I've ever known for sure, and has become a good friend. I think may get him back during wrestling season a couple of times. He likes to come back for the bigger tournaments for sure.
Well, he would be a blessing to have around during that time period.
3rd and 14, pressure comes, wrapped up and dropped. Kalijah Perry by guess who? Kyle Crummett. That is his 4th sack on the season. He had 13 tackles for loss coming into this ball game.
Well, I tell you what, Kyle Crummett just does a nice job here. Look, they run a little X stunt. He starts out wide, comes underneath. The tackle goes out wide, and again, they just crossed up that Mooresville line. Phenomenal job there by Kyle.
I mean, Robinson tried to pick him up,
yep.
but he had a full head of steam, and just wasn't much he could do.
Wasn't happening.
Yep, Pioneer's going to punt it away. Central. Again, both teams, stingy defense. Ball's going to hit the ground, start to roll, and it doesn't bounce much. They'll down it at about the 36-yard line, and it's just trading possessions right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, credit.
Austin, yeah, he does not look the same, Brent. You can see that injury really is hampering him just a little bit. The defense there did a nice job getting to the sidelines, but he doesn't have that burst that he had in the first half.
I also don't like the stretch plays at this point. If you're going to run, try to go up the middle and find creases there, because these stretch plays right now, because Cecina's really locked in. They're going to try and spread you out and either get you all the way towards the end to the sidelines, or they're going to try and take you down to the backfield. Right there, you just saw some tough running. Now it's going to set you up with a difficult situation at 2nd and goal.
So it's going to be the fourth quarter with Heritage Christian set up with great field position and the lead 14-0. You're watching IHSAA sectional football on Indiana SRN presented by the Colts.
There's Batesville High School right on the interstate. And a few miles southeast of that, you see right along 74. You can't miss it, the home of the
Well, I
East
tell you
Central
what, that is one of the neatest home field environments you'll ever be in. You ever get a chance to go to the East Central home game, do it. Put it on your bucket list. It is something that is really, really an incredible atmosphere.
+1 on the carry. That's Nick Griffin in motion from left to right, and they are going to run that way and running room and then some. Pretty good offensive set as Devin Donaworth tucks right in behind that big offensive line and rumbles up the left side into Pioneer territory.
I tell you what, that's that Wildcat set, and Donaworth just does a nice job. Again, they just have more numbers. They're outnumbering Mooresville at the point of attack. It doesn't matter what Mooresville's doing. They've got Zach Richards there, 70 in the game, but he's getting double teamed, and you got to have numbers if you're Mooresville.
And again, they scored off of this Wildcat set in the first half, and they've gone back to it now, and they're finding success with Fike leading the way. Donaworth gets about a yard before things get stingy, thanks to Robbie Gentry. As we mentioned, he is a bullish nose tackle for the Mooresville Pioneers.
You're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct here on Mooresville. Great play, nice job, and then you can't stand over the defender. The offensive player. He's on the ground.
Yeah, Tommy O'Connor jawing a little bit.
You're drawing attention to yourself. The officials don't want to call it. Don't have a choice to. Okay, again, that discipline. You got to have discipline if you're going to advance in the tournament.
And Tommy O'Connor is going to come to the sidelines, and they'll chat.
You just can't, in front of everyone, you can't do that. This is too good of an officiating crew. They're going to see it, and they made the right call.
East Central continues. Griffin comes in motion, right to left. Play action that way, but he's going to run it back left and is able to squeeze a couple out of it.
Well, and what I noticed, and I totally agree with, they're running to their bench. You run to the bench, it's the short side of the field. You don't have the opposite bench yelling, holding, and all the other stuff there. So smart job by Jake Miners and his offensive staff.
Devin Salyers with a block that was laid from his right guard position.
Reception, and that is a good-looking throw there from Max Milton.
Yeah, and it was a great set play against. You think about going around the outside. You think about with the swing pass. You see it set up looking like a bubble pass, and you just let those two receivers fake that they're going to block on the side and then just streak forward. And it's two streaks, and you find the inside seam. Great pass, knowing you've practiced that play over and over and over in practice this week, and you knew right now is the time to use it, and a great job on third down finding the end zone.
Low snap, but King puts the ball through the uprights, makes it a 21-0 lead. Heritage Christian, 11:50 away from advancing to sectional championships. Will Cecina come back? Find out next on Indy.
I like the run support Mooresville gets from their secondary. Yes. I mean, that was Dane Stevenson that made that tackle. Donaworth may have first down yardage across the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Looks like he does, and again, they're hitting that C gap or D gap right behind, right outside of the tackle, inside of the wing back. And right now, again, Mooresville's doing all they can, but again, they're outnumbered. They got to get another guy at the point of attack if you're Mooresville.
Casey McQueen, the sophomore tight end, was the lead blocker on that particular play. It's good enough for first down yardage. See, that clock continues to burn. You just see Griffin going in motion, and they take the football that way. Stumble up to the 15-yard line. Jake Fike on the carry for East Central.
Because they're moving Griffin, they've got 5 blockers on one side of the field. If you're Mooresville, you're still playing with a full secondary, so technically you're a man down, because if that corner's make the tackle, he's 6, 7, 8 yards deep.
Braden Evans on the stop, and honestly, if Fike hits that hole a little harder, a little faster, he
might
have gone to the end zone.
You're right, absolutely.
I mean, there was a hole there, and it plugged up because he didn't really go to the hole real hard. They'll run behind Griffin. They shift him across the formation, bring him back right, and he is the lead blocker and carries it down inside the 10 to the 9. They got Tommy O'Connor back on the field. He made that stop, but not before good, positive yardage by East Central.
I would tell Jake Miners, don't get bored. You're doing a great
Right.
job here. You're moving
Don't
the ball.
outcoach yourself. You're on the right. You're on the right sheet
Yes.
in the playbook right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
and again, you found that. Again, you want to make Morrisville make the adjustment, bring in a backup defensive lineman or linebacker, because right now you're winning at the point of attack.
Yeah, and a couple of guys got their hands on their hips on that defensive front for the Pioneers. A little fatigue setting in. Nothing doing as things stiffen up a little bit. There's plenty of linebacking support by Camden Schmidt and others. The difference for the Pioneers. We mentioned Schmidt, 93 tackles on the season, 62 solo tackles.
And you're looking at 8 or 9 linemen in the game for East Central. It's going to be close to that first down. I think they might be a little short, but it's going to be really close. I think they're going to measure.
Yeah, it looks like a measurement, and based upon where the down marker is, it looks to be about a yard shy, but you don't know how accurate that might be. They might have just pulled that box away for now until they brought the chains out.
And again, the only adjustment, if I'm Morrisville, I like what they're doing, but look where you're getting hurt at. You're getting hurt off tackle. Maybe C-gap, but off tackle mainly.
Oh, it's a first down by the nose of the football. What is it? It's a game of what?
Inches.
Indeed it is.
Yep. But you got to do something if you're Morrisville to take away C-gap, D-gap. You've got to bring people either to it or bring it from the outside and just make one big pile and then let your support then come in off the edge and make a play.
Look at that clock.
Yes.
Under a minute.
Yes. Oh, got a procedure.
Off a first and goal. You talk about a momentum shift. That makes all the difference in the world. I know it's only 5 yards, but it's still 5 yards.
Well, you're looking at, again, you were right there, inside that red zone. You're still there, but first and goal from the 5 or 6 is a lot better than what you're talking now from the 13. But if I'm East Central, that's okay. I'm going to keep doing what I do.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They continue to go with that Wildcat formation, and that's Devin Donnerworth at quarterback. Donnerworth going to run it, going to try to get to the corner. Stevenson tracking him down, going to knock him down at about the 7-yard line.
But I tell you what, it's a gain of 6. I come back and do the same thing again because now you've hit that inside so much. Now they're really crashing down, so try to get to the edge. And again, Donnerworth has got some speed, and he can get outside.
With Devin Sawyers, what a job he did from that left guard position. 6'1", 252, plenty of speed there. And I think North Central is going to be content to let time expire in quarter number 3. Boy, don't you dare go away. You're going to miss something if you do. It's IHSAA sectional 20 out.
They're going to miss him next year as he is a senior. Traylor looks to throw again over the middle, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Big hit on the receiver. He does get up. But all in all, it's going to be a 3rd down, and those are one of those plays where you see it coming, and the defensive backs love those plays because they want to deliver that big hit, and they got to deliver there.
If that was intercepted, that would have been all she wrote. That would have been the end right there. But a little bit more life, but obviously a 3rd and 15. Oh, man.
That is 3rd and 15. Traylor will take the snap. Happy Feet gets a playoff wide open receiver down the middle. Is complete. He's at the 40. 35. Mark him down at the 32-yard line. There's the big play that they needed. Comes in the 4th quarter. And on the reception was Thomas DeFries.
Yeah, only one man to beat. A good job hawking him down, but still, that's a big chunk play. Give yourself a little bit of momentum and continue the strikes down the field. Good find. Really good find.
Traylor in the shotgun formation takes the low snap, looks to throw right, has receiver, and it is complete to Baker. Baker makes the 5 or 6 yard reception. It's going to be a 2nd down. And again, he threw that ball just a little bit late because Thompson jumped on that football, almost had an interception.
Yeah, and that's been the curse of the whole night. He's just been a little bit late on his passes. Got to find those quick strikes, especially in the 2-minute offense.
Traylor will once again look to throw. He's going to scramble to his right with pass. It's going to be incomplete as he was looking for DeFries in the end zone. Couldn't find him. And it's going to be a 3rd down.
Yeah, the pass rush is just unbelievable. We could take a quick look at this throw and the reception. CJ right here. Speed. Heritage Christian hawks him down. Eagles.
DeFries, the wide receiver, got behind the defense. The linebackers played up on that play. And so now it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for Cecina. Trailer in the shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers spread out to the bottom and top of your screen. He's going to go to the top of your screen. It's going to be complete to his receiver for 1st down, Terry McCormick Messer. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Crusaders.
That's a great set play right there. You have both of the leading receivers on one side. You let Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Baker on the far side go deep. And that's going to attract the safety long enough to open up that outside seam. It's a really good pass.
Trailer finding his rhythm here on this drive. Another pass out to the far side, low and dropped by Baker. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for Heritage Christian. 9:49 to go in the 4th.
Baker again thinking about what he's going to do after the catch. Kind of didn't haul that one in time. Also a little bit of a low throw, but also still not too bad because the clock would have kept running if he would have stayed in bounds. Right now, just set it on that.
Quick pass out to the near side to his running back. That is complete in the hands of Jameson Wellborn. And we got a couple more scores becoming final. Let's go down to Sean Kroll. You mentioned Warsaw winning their first sectional championship. Is that right?
Yeah, congratulations to the Tigers. Their first sectional championship in school history, defeating Penn 35-18. There'll be a new champ in 3A as Chittard beats West Lafayette 42-14. And Marion and Mississinawa tied at 28 with 2 minutes to go.
That should be an exciting finish, as this one might be if Trailer can find his way in the end zone, gets inside the 10. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, it seems, from the mark. And they're going to have their first and goal, Brent, of this entire game so far, and it comes 9 minutes left in the 4th.
Yeah, it's their best drive of the game. It's coming late in the game, and they've completely deserted the run. They've gone all pass. It's one of those things where you start to think to yourself, if you're a Cecina fan, why didn't we pass the whole game? But you've got one of the best running backs in the state on your side.
Handoff to their bowling ball of a running back. Looks to be Elijah Phillips, 200 pounds, stands at 5'11", rumbles and bumbles his way to the 3-yard line after breaking a couple tackles. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. They're going to spread this Heritage Christian defense out on this play. Bottom of your screen, Jameson Wellborn. Baker stands at the top also with DeFries. Trailer is going to hand the ball off to Phillips, and Phillips this time is going to be stopped, but a flag is thrown as a helmet is down on the field.
Be interested to see if this is maybe a illegal chop block. I think a Cecina wide receiver just literally dove at the legs of a streaking Heritage Christian player, or no, they're going to walk it off. Face mask is what's called. That's why you saw the helmet on the ground.
So a face mask is called. Call made by head referee Rick Brown.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, umpire Craig Polican, linesman.
Clean game.
Hey, that's what we like. Linesman Mark Harlow, line judge Drew Frawley, and back judge Michael O'Connor. And right now, those gentlemen are going to huddle up now and talk about something where the ball is, the clock, and they seem to have gotten it resolved. Cecina will once again spread out this Heritage Christian offense. 2 receivers, top and bottom of your screen. That's Woods in the backfield. Trailer in the shotgun is going to take the snap, bubbles, screen and go for a fake. It is incomplete, but a flag is thrown in the end zone. Yeah. And you would have to think it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, you got to think it is. You got Heckle out there trying to defend the pass. Yeah, I would have been fine with a run attempt again with having Tyshawn Woods out there. He's a little bit more, east to west, trying to find some space. Instead, a good job drawing that. That would have brought up a 3rd and goal in a tough situation to go. Now you've got 1st and goal settled right up there.
Trying to save clock.
Second goal. Yeah, trying to save clock as well with the passing plays. But you've got to make sure to get that ball in the end zone ASAP, and then try and get the ball back some way somehow.
We'll see if they can find the end zone here. They've got 15 seconds to do that on this play. Trailer's going to go under center this time. And he loses the snap. Low snap. Heritage Christian recovers the ball.
Yeah.
Heritage Christian recovers on a muffed snap between the center and quarterback exchange. It played a huge part for Heritage Christian in that first half. and now it bites Cecina here in the second.
And, you know, Cecina's been going from the shotgun every play of tonight's game. Then all of a sudden you go under center. You've got to remember, hey, we're going to be under center. Let's watch this again. It's just a simple snap under center this time. And it looks like it's going to be a QB sneak the whole way. And Traylor just did not wash the ball completely into his hands. He wasn't really set up for the sneak. You want to have one leg behind you and make sure you're ready to push forward. He had both legs underneath him, and he's going to try and burst forward. That from the beginning was very difficult to have anything make happen.
Peyton Brown on the recovery of the fumble, and now it's going to be a handoff to Colton Brown. He does get out of the end zone, squirts his way to the 4-yard line.
Right and left, and they're going to bring it to Braden Evans. And he's got to elude some tacklers. A whole host of East Central Trojans chase him out of bounds. How many did he gain? We'll see where the spot is across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Decision-making time for Mike Gillen and the Pioneers.
I'll tell you what, 4th and 2 with 9 minutes to go in the game, I'm going to go ahead and say punt the football. But I will tell you this, Mark. My year-long percentage on guessing right on this is not real good. So I would not put a lot of stock in it, but I would punt the ball.
Well, it looks like they're bringing the jumbo package in.
They're going to run it. They're going to sit there and bring the big boys in. I get it.
They may need a timeout here.
My streak is alive. I'm not correct.
And they are going to have to take a timeout here. You see Coach Denton step out. He's going to take the timeout.
Got himself a first down, so he moved the chains upfield. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 34-yard line now. Becker again looking to his left. Wants to throw, steps up, and they got him by the helmet, knocked down, and no, he's just kept his footing and scrambles free up across the 40. He's got a first down.
Oh, man, that's going to be let's see if that's going to be late hit on that on Mark Daly. Mark Daly's hustling on that. That's why you get excited about Becker. He throws a couple of bad picks, but tremendous talent and tremendous heart on that play to chase. And that's going to be another personal foul on Homestead. And it's getting a little chippy out there here towards the end of the game. But, man, how about that, Joe? I thought he was going to go down 2 or 3 times before that in those hits.
Instead of a sack and a loss, he scrambles and stumbles around, but keeps enough of his footing to, and then the late hit will add on yardage, penalty yardage down to the Homestead 37, and still 4:23 remaining, so Carroll not done.
And look at them out there barking at each other. They say, heck the heck, we'll turn the scoreboard off and this game's over. Let's play a little bit more, huh?
1st and 10, Carroll on the move now into Homestead territory. Becker wanting to throw. Looking, dances, fires over the middle, and the wide, low one that's incomplete. Looking for Leighton Mitchell again on a crossing pattern.
Good job by Donovan Leonard that time. He was step for step with Leighton Mitchell, and they love to run those crossing patterns, Carroll does. But Homestead's done a good job with that man-to-man defense with that, and that defense has held up pretty good tonight.
Hurry-up offense now as the Chargers get set at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Becker looking to throw. Looks left side quickly. This time he's got a catch. And that is Englert inside the 20. And the junior, 5'11", will have 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line for the Chargers.
Yeah, he steps in front of Malachi. Micken that time to make that catch. And Englert has really come on at the end of the year, Joe. He had a couple of touchdown catches last week.
They'll spot it at 19 of Homestead. Carroll still got time to get closer. Becker drops to throw, looks through the fade left side of the battle for the loose ball that is incomplete.
Good job. Good defense out there by Micken that time. 5'11", 190, the senior. And again, he turns around.
Wowie.
Wow, they called basically the same play.
Yeah.
They're just going to run it, but there's a great push on the offensive line, and you can't really blame them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
very good, John.
Just run it in, and they score. It's going to be 36-41. If this extra point is made, it's going to be 37. But it looks like they're going for 2.
Williamson, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. He has been so effective. He picked up some good, big first downs from that Wildcat formation also.
Here comes this 2-point conversion here. Wiseman looking to throw.
we're going to stop this. Dane Middlebrook has good pressure on him, just throws it into the end zone. That's anybody's ball. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's incomplete.
Incomplete. So they were trying to cut the margin to just 3. It will remain at 5.
Wow. Right along the back end, the end line, and before he got 1 foot in bounds, it'll be an interception. And Homestead again with the pick, and they'll have it back.
Can you feel it? I got to send this tape out tonight. Can you feel it, Jake Archibald? Wow. How did he catch that one?
Well, he's had one of those nights that you just dream about.
Unbelievable. I think even the people in the stands were a little bit and all over that one, thinking, did he really catch it? Can you feel it? Wow.
So the Spartans now with 3:36 remaining. They'll go on back on offense. Let's see if let's see if Homestead is going to run the football. And straight ahead carry across the 20 up to about the 24-yard line, close to the 25. Right now the clock, the ally of the Spartans, we're inside of 3.5 minutes time remaining. Ryan Burton, that last carry now checks out of there. They'll bring in Tyler Burris, who started as the starting running back tonight for Chad Zollman. So that's a gain of 5, second down and 5. We're inside of 3 minutes time remaining. Goody content to take the play clock down inside of 8. We're down inside of 7. Goody still waiting to take that snap. Now he's got it. Looks again, and Burris finds a little bit of a seam through on the left side. And out close to the first down stick. Yes, he's got the first down, and that'll stop the clock only for a moment. Well, it should stop. They will not. They'll keep it running. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Homestead 31. Now the Spartans who dodged that bullet won in overtime on the Gunner Fry field goal last week down at Noblesville. Here tonight, ran out to a 17-0 lead. Carroll fought back, got within 10, but the Homestead Spartans really with Jake Archibald show here tonight, and they lead it now 38-14. Another run play by Homestead.
4th down call here, Mark. I think both you and I agree. I would punt it. I really would. As good as you're playing right now, 4th and 5 or 4th and 4 against this defense, that's not easy.
Any chance that they pooch punt it?
We're going to find out quickly.
Because, I mean, Fike is their punter, and he's back there. And there's nobody in the secondary. Nope, they're going to keep it. Donaworth going to run it, and he's close. He's short. Very, very close. It all depends on the spot.
I think he's short a half yard.
Wide open, good-looking play, good-looking touchdown for Cecina. Terry McCormick Messer on the reception.
Yeah, that is, if you're going to draw it up, that is the best way that you could do it. Just boom, boom, quick. That was a great job getting it there quickly and finishing it in the end zone. And now you either kick the extra point, give you 9, you're down 12, or you can go with the 2-point conversion. You get two-point conversions as we look here.
Look at the pump fake there as you saw.
Yeah, was able
that
to draw
really
him.
fooled Thompson. Yep, Thompson thought the slant was coming, the pump fake, and he found Terry McCormick Messer in the end zone. They are going to go for 2 here, so bottom of your screen, Thomas DeFries has a size advantage. Baker at the top. McCormick in motion from right to left. He's going to look to the right. Now he's going to scramble and now throws, and it is incomplete. But there are 3 flags thrown in the end zone. It's going to be a pass interference.
Yeah. I believe Echo was just holding on to him, or it might be a pick play. I believe they're going to call a pass interference on the defense. Yeah. So Echo probably just grabbed him when he was trying to find an opening. You saw it was a typical New England Patriots play. Trying a quick pick and you find the man on the outside in the corner of the end zone. So, now you pick up the penalty, get a little bit closer to the end zone, and see exactly what's going to happen.
So now this is half the distance to the goal, so it's now marked at about the 2 or 3 yard line. Once again, quarterback is under center. Wildcat, a low snap. Woods is going to take it, trying to maneuver his way in the end zone. He's fighting. He's pushing. Will he get there? They're going to say no. So the two-point conversion is no good. Score will stand 21-8. Heritage Christian, 6 minutes away from being second.
Stop. Robinson, road closed. Might have been a face mask and don't see a flag. I saw the face mask. I saw the helmet turn a bit. Not see a flag thrown.
Well, I tell you what, interesting now, third down here. I thought he got turned as well. Again, the one thing that East Central's always done, they've been great against the run. You played against them. You understand. We've seen them coast against them. And I think the biggest thing here now, huge third down play. Look for, again, maybe a quick hitch or a quick out by Morrisville.
Third down, 5 for the Pioneers.
It's like a hitch. Oh, he had him. He had him.
Pass was intended for Dane Stevenson. He had first down yardage, and they threw it wide. Decision-making time for Mike Gillen.
Well, definitely going to punt the ball here again. But, again, he had him and just wasn't patient enough to get the ball out there. Just the timing was off just a little bit. I like the call of a quick hitch. You know, Coach Gillen's talking to Pear there on the sideline to drive through the ball as cold as it is. Bring your hips with you, son.
East Central going to get it back now with 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Devin Donaworth at the 30.
Nice
he
punt.
Gave it a ride to the 20. Ball going to bound down, roll sideways to about the 16-yard line. That's a one whale of a punt. A great answer by the Mooresville Pioneers special teams. Backs East Central up a little bit. Mike Gillen hoping for a 3 or 4 out here to flip that field position a bit.
Well, I tell you what, he's got to be happy. Great punt, great coverage. Again, putting the ball inside the 20. Not something that East Central's done a lot, is start inside their own 20. Now, Mike Gillen's trusting that defense. He's understanding that, again, if you're now East Central, do you stay with the Wildcat or do you go back to your normal offense? Interesting decisions by both sides.
Can you imagine once upon a time when Hamilton Southeastern was a 1A school, when Dave Enright was the head coach, he had the late Wayne Staley, Mike Gillen, and Jim Kaiser all on his staff there? Can you imagine that?
And there's a reason why there was a little success there at HSC when that happened.
And that Dave Enright coaching tree is really, really branched out. And what about the job his son has done at Decatur Central, Kyle? What a great job he's done there.
And in the state finals last year, playing Cathedral tonight. But Kyle is a class act, as was his dad.
Well, and I mean, you know, last year they played New Pal as well as anybody has, and it was the final minute 15 of the second quarter that was the difference in that football game, as I recall.
Yeah, and we definitely enjoyed that, and it's one of those things. Again, he had his Hawks ready to play. They were sound. They've had a great game plan. Just came up a little short against a very good New Palestine team.
I saw them against Plainfield a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Tracy was in rare form. What a load he was. First down carry for Fike for East Central. Time to blow the whistle, boys, before somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, we got a huge third down call here, Mark, at 3rd and 7. And I'll be anxious to see again. Bond has been on the sideline the last couple of possessions. I would think he would come in the game now at 3rd and 7.
Well, that's a long time for him to sit, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I tell you what, I hope he was able to somewhat stay warm, because again, that is a long, almost a full quarter. He was on the sideline.
But now, what sort of message are you sending defensively for the Pioneers? Although there's some unorganization right now, they had to make some late adjustments, some late decisions, and Bond just kind of throws it up for grabs and has broken up a great defensive play by the Mooresville Pioneers.
Tell you what, that had a disaster written all over for Mooresville, and then all of a sudden Bond is holding the ball, trying to extend it. Now he's throwing it late over the middle. That had a disaster for East Central all over it. And what a tide and turns here. Again, if you're Mike Gillen, you trusted your defense, and they came through.
Batachu was the intended target. Mr. Do Everything, Braden Evans, was there defensively for the Mooresville Pioneers to break that up. So Pioneers with a chance now. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left. We are tied at 14, and another booming punt. Going to drive Stevenson back to about the 44-yard line. Good starting field position for the Mooresville Pioneers.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, you're looking at East Central starts inside the 20. You're looking at Mooresville now starting on the 46. Win, check mark, whatever you want to say for Mooresville. Great job for Mike Gillen playing the field position battle and winning it thus far.
First year here, he went 0-8 out of the gate with the Mooresville Pioneers. 0-8. And then, boy, did they get hot. Went all the way to the sectional championship game before they lost to Greenwood 59-32. Then came back next year to win a sectional championship, schools first since 2004.
Oh, he's got him.
To throw.
He's got him.
A man wide open, and it is caught. What an effort by Braden Evans. What an effort. Big-time players make big-time plays when they're needed.
Great job by Perry getting the ball out to Evans. Great job of handling the ball. Now the ball's about the 27-yard line. Again, there's that momentum. It's on Mooresville's side right now.
Well, when you can get him one-on-one with a guy like Badichu, who's typically a tight end defensive end type, that's a mismatch, and the safety just flat didn't get over there fast enough.
No, and I tell you what, great job, and I give Perry all the credit of getting the ball out of his hands to Evans. Nice job of execution.
Dane Stevenson in single coverage, and at the line of scrimmage, he was asking for the football, but he's never going to get a chance to get it as a swarming defense by Hunter Sones and also Kyle Crumman.
Watch
shuts that
Sones
play
here.
down.
Look at this sophomore. He shoots that gap. He comes downhill, fills the hole. Every linebacker coach in the State's loving that play.
How about Justin Ryan, also that defensive tackle sliding down the line to make that play. Loss of about one for the Pioneers, so the crowd has settled a bit off the big play a few moments ago to Braden Evans. Second down and 11. Little delayed handoff. Caden Robinson on the draw, and I tell you, from tackle to tackle, there just isn't the room that there was in the first quarter for the Mooresville Pioneers.
I tell you what, both defensive fronts have really made life harder on the offensive line, who I think both are pretty good. But again, you now got a third down where the ball is. I'm going to guess, Mark, this is probably 4-down territory here if you're Mike Gillen. So I'll be anxious here on this call. You don't need all 10 yards on this play.
Wasn't a holdup if you're just joining us wondering why this one's going a little later than normal. Didn't start till 7:30 out of courtesy to East Central because of the distance they had to travel to get here. But boy, your patience has been rewarded. It's been a really good football game. Perry looking over the middle, and was it picked off? No, it was not.
Tell you what, Braden Evans got tackled. Looked like he got tackled and taken down there by Nate Griffin.
He did.
And no call.
He did.
And that was Vile and Griffin both had him down, and Coach Gillen's trying to figure out why there was no penalty called. But again,
he got hit when he made the cut, then he got hit again midway through the cut.
Yeah, and so again, it's one of those things. Let him play, and I understand that. Now it's got a big fourth down call.
4th down and 10 for the Mooresville Pioneers, just inside the 30-yard line.
Look for Evans here. They're not lined up right.
Robinson, the single setback. Perry rolling left, looking right. Thought about running the football, looks for some room, throws it underneath, and he finds a man. And close to a first down, it all depends on the spot, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. And a late flag comes out. Kyler Evans was the recipient of the pass. Good enough for a Pioneer first down. He's working on Badichu. Badichu runs off, and he's standing all by his lonesome, begging for the football. He finally gets it, and then chased out of bounds.
And East Central then thought he had stepped out of bounds before, and he didn't. I think you got a sideline warning, it looks like. But again, I think he got a first down. Mooresville, great job by Perry of extending the play. Great eyes to see again and to understand where Evans was, and great job of getting to the first down by Kyler Evans.
He got to the first down yard marker, and he saw Badichu at his head turn, so he just stopped. And Badichu kept running up the field because he thought he was going to the end zone, and he was all by his lonesome. And then Perry had to clear the traffic in the middle of the football field, roll left before he was able to find him. So, great job. Scramble drill that you work on in practice on a regular basis. Pioneers can be a bit more patient now, but Robinson sees the road close in a hurry by Nate Griffin.
I tell you what, if you want to understand what it looks like for linebackers to fill, watch East Central. Each of them is doing a great job of filling when there's an open gap. There's nowhere to run the football, but give the credit to the defensive linemen. They're eating up blocks like no other.
I'm telling you, tackle to tackle. It's just not. It's just not there because of the run support from the linebackers. It's just not there.
Great fundamentals, great scheme by East Central.
2nd and 10. Play action. Pressure coming. Perry runs it. Breaks through one tackle but can't break through another. Wrapped up and dropped at about the 19-yard line. And that is Cole Vile.
And again, Cole Vile does a great job of just tracking and understanding.
He's caught a touchdown pass this game. We can pull this off, folks, and Ben has a little bit of time. He's got plenty of time. Got a receiver over the middle. Oh, gosh, what a catch. Luke Lacey jarred it loose. Somebody jarred that loose from Luke. Boy, Luke trying to hold on, and he was in heavy traffic right there, John. They surrounded him with 3 defenders. Okay, hardly any time clicked off there, folks. So 2nd and 10. Going to go quick here, even though the clock is stopped. We do have a timeout remaining.
If you get the ball a couple more yards, I think we'll know on this play. If Mooresville runs it, I think they're playing for the field goal. If they throw it, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down.
I think you get 4 or 5 out of this. Maybe you kick any more than that. You got to think about going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
Because again, your defense has not played that badly, even against that Wildcat.
No, it has not. It's played well, and I think again, it looks like they're going spread. They being Mooresville, and so. We'll see what Coach Gillen has called up here.
Pioneers.
Throw it up.
Perry.
Got
Throws
him.
it over the middle. Got a man there and he missed him. Pass was intended for Dane Stevenson. Dane Stevenson pleading his case, feeling as though he was held, and I don't know the name. Oh, yeah, he grabbed his jersey and stretched it out.
Got a little pull there.
Man.
Got a little tug. Little tug.
Man, oh, man.
Here comes the field goal unit here.
I'm sorry, I don't want to run Donnie at all here. You could use him on the pass play, but we need to pass this ball, and now Higgins going to come over. Remember, he's usually a defender. He has to come over and get that play call from his quarterback. Ben's giving extra instructions, helping out everybody here. Your junior quarterback, Ben Easters, what a leader he has been. He needs to lead a touchdown drive here. He's in trouble. They're going to make the sack. We have a timeout left. We have a timeout. Pete Niger rushes over there to help his quarterback, or at least get under the ball. We're not going to call it yet. We may spike the ball here. I'm not sure. We got a receiver that has to get back on side. Spiked it.
25 seconds left. Timeout.
Big play. Ben got in trouble down there. What did you see, Mr. Good?
Well, yeah, the problem with taking a
set up there because of deciding to kick late. There was not a lot of time left. It was not going to be a smooth transition or process.
Yep.
Now you got more time.
A 31-yard attempt. High snap, ball is down. The kick is up, and it is a no-doubter. However, don't celebrate too mightily. 1:44 remains on the clock. 17-14 Pioneers. Beat Martinsville last year in the postseason on what? A late field goal, and that was a no-doubter.
Right down the middle. Great job, super job of getting the ball on the tee by Stevenson. Dane, again, that ball's high. We've seen it on Sundays where it doesn't always get
That's
extra.
right. Peyton Brown up the middle, inside the 5, scampers to about the 4.
In here for the Brunswick offense.
Waiting, Ben. Got a receiver. Good play, Luke Lacey. Get down, get down. Great catch by Luke. Boy, right over in traffic. His father, Ben Lacey, going to be proud of that. Hurry up, guys, hurry up. We have a timeout left. The scoreboard shows. What's Ben going to do? Spike it.
Okay, 10 seconds left in the game.
Man, Luke Lacey with a clutch play. Okay, I think you got 2 shots at the end zone here, John.
Well, Chris, you're probably saving your timeout in case you got to bring your field goal unit on the team. You want to allow them as much time as possible to get up, to set up perfectly. So 10 seconds to throw that deep. I don't know. I think you got to try to get in
Yes.
field goal range here. So we'll see what they do.
Agreed. I'd like about a 20, 30-yard pass because we know Clay Chase can make them, man. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to watch this play
Empty formation here
with you. Ben.
In an effort to maybe air it out a little bit with a minute 40 to go. They used a timeout earlier, so they have 2 left. Minute 40 to go, 17-14 Pioneers. This has been a really entertaining football game.
It has been, and it looks like Bond is back, which is, I think, the right call. Go spread and see if you can move the ball down the field.
Fike is in the backfield with it. Bond, plenty of time, still looking. Pocket starts to collapse, and he's sacked.
That's a coverage sack. That is a great job by the back end of Mooresville. Okay, watch this here. They bring 4. They drop 7 here. Great job, again, of coverage and covering up all the receivers.
Dom Oldham stepped around 6'6" Luke Collinworth and made that stop. A throw to the sidelines. He did not get out of bounds. A pass complete to Studer. He gets the loss back and then some. Clock continues to roll with a minute to go.
Again, you need to be in a hurry. Don't panic here. Again, get the right call that you want on 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8. Bond rolling right, still looking. Has a man underneath, and it's picked off. Pioneers have the football, and guess who picked it off, and guess who's going to go to the end zone for a touchdown. A penalty marker is down. To the surprise of no one, Braden Evans is going to get the interception. We'll see what the penalty marker is, though.
I thought it was it was a flag that came post interception. Okay, I'm anxious to see what the call is here, if it was a clip or what they got.
How many times has Braden Evans come up big for his ball club in this game?
I tell you what, the senior headed to Ball State deserves all the accolades he gets. He has been a great player for Mooresville on both sides of the football all night.
Longtime basketball coach at Decatur Central, Dave Oberle, one of the guys we had dinner with. He was talking last year down in the end zone. Said, "Why do football officials have to take so much time talking about everything?" He said, "Basketball officials just make a call and move on. Football officials want to talk about everything."
Yeah, I think he had a blindside block or block in the back, and I think they're just trying to, again, to make sure they have the right procedure and calls there. But and you and I both know Obe. He is classic. He is a classic and mince no words as a basketball coach or football coach.
Well, he happened to be talking to an official at the time. You know, here's the pick, and they're just playing center field, really reading the eyes of the quarterback. And honestly, boy, he missed Jake Fike, who was wide open underneath and running toward the sticks, and would have been able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. But nonetheless, victory formation from Mike Gillen and the Mooresville Pioneers. And this incredible resurrection of this program continues by one of the legendary coaches in Indiana high school football history. What a job he has done here at Mooresville High School.
Well, I tell you what, it's one of those things that Mike Gillen is, wherever he's gone, he's won. I'm so happy for him. I'm happy for his family. Know his son Casey so well, the coaches at UIndy, but just happy for this community. Back-to-back sectional championships. First time since 08, 09 that they've had that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing story, really. A couple of years ago, about 4 or 5 consecutive losing seasons at Mooresville. He loses 8 in a row to start off here, and then gets hot, runs all the way to a sectional championship, then wins one a year ago for the first time in 2004, and goes back to back. But let's not take anything away